All right, the coach is live. Coach is live. Hadn't been live in a good little while. Guys, I've been busy. I have stuff I got to do, unfortunately, but I got a life, man. I got a lot of stuff to do, but, definitely been wanting to get back into these live streams, deal with some of these people that's just, they want to be, I guess they just want to be debunked. And it's time for me to do some debunking. I love debunking people, it's fun. Smash that like button as you come on into the house. Y'all know what it is. Smash the like button. We're going to get into something, guys. Okay? Smash that like button because we're going to do what we do when we do it. Okay? All right. Couple of people. Y'all enjoyed me doing my intro song. I'll do it again. Couple of people get up in the house. Okay? Couple of people get up in the house. Coach Shelton Harrison putting all you trolls to shame. Haters in my comment section can't stand my name. Say you hate my videos, but you're watching still the same. Nothing else to do because your life is just lame. You a troll like that, yo, a simp like that, a wimp like that, a blimp like that, so fat like that. I start laughing. All right. Forget what you think, because this is my channel. Forget about your feelings, because the truth is hard to handle. Tick, 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 tock. Popcorn, popcorn, pop tart fart. Leave a racist comment and you will get blocked. Coach Shelton Harrison, there never be no comparison. You're live on the show. Sit back and have a listen. All right, folks. All right. So it's two of y'all up in here. We good. Okay. It's time to really, really get into this and let's really start talking about what we got to talk about. Okay, guys. So it's been a long week in the UFC. Okay. As far as the females are concerned, it's been a long week. Okay. A lot of y'all been asking, Coach, where you been? Okay. We got a lot to talk about on these live streams. And yeah, we do. Okay. We got a lot to talk about on the live stream. But, I want to talk about Marion Reneau, first of all, being overlooked. Okay. Marion Reneau, for all intents purposes, is, being overlooked. We know this. Okay. I've made several videos pretty much proven of the sort that this is what happens. Okay. Um, I am a Marion Reneau fan. Okay. I am biased. Truly, 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 I am biased, and yeah, well, that's just what it is, okay? But you know what it is, folks. It's I am biased, but I try to keep it balanced. And what's happening to Marion Reneau is almost criminal, okay? It really, truly is almost criminal. And you kind of have to sit and you kind of have to say, okay, so what else does Marion Reneau? What else does she have to do? Okay, what else does Marion Reneau technically have to do in order to gain favor in this organization? What else does she need to do? Well, first off, Marion Reneau, she's going to have to get at least 2 or 3 more wins to even be considered for a title shot. Guys, this is just for a title shot. Okay. God forbid if she win 3 in a row that she beat a champion because she would have already fought the champion. But, guys, for the most part, Marion Reneau is going to have to do a lot of work, y'all. She's going to have to do a hell of a lot of work in order to become the UFC champion. Okay, it's just not going to come. Okay, she was thinking that maybe, I get to fight Caitlin Very, maybe, and I was 100% sure that fight was going to happen. I mean, I was sure about it, but then it's like, oh, okay, well, dang, now she's fighting Kat Zingano, who Kat Zingano is a fine opponent. She's a good opponent, but what has Kat done in the last 2-3 years? What has she done? Kat Zingano is on a losing streak. And Marion Reneau is supposed to be happy about that. Like, I don't blame Marion Reneau for not being happy about that. I wouldn't be happy about that. I mean, Marion Reneau is 40 years old. Okay. Her time in the UFC, she don't have 10 years. She don't have probably 5 years left. Okay. She don't have 5 years left in the UFC. So the time is now. Marion Reneau cannot afford a loss. If Marion Reneau loses right now, okay, if she affords herself another loss, well, guess what? Guess what? Marion Reneau is going to have a tough time. And I mean, she's going to have a really tough time trying to get back up in the rankings, okay? That's really, really what I got to tell y'all, Marion Reneau is going to have a time, and it's just not going to be a good thing, man. It's not. And it really does suck, man. It sucks for Marion Reneau because At the end of the day, okay, let's say Marion goes in. Let's say if she, does what she's supposed to do, okay? And let's say that if she's beating everybody put in front of her, and now it's time to face Nunes, and then they just, well, nope, nope, nope. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put this person in front of you next. Now we're gonna put this person in front of you next. Then we're gonna do this. Then we're gonna give you this person. But wait a minute. What about the people that I need to fight? Okay. What about the people that I genuinely need to fight? And see, this is what we're talking about. Okay, this is what we're talking about. I feel it. You feel it. I mean, heck, everybody feel it. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. All right, 5 of y'all in the house, hit that like button. Okay, smash that like button, and we'll get a few more of you guys in here, and hopefully, everybody. I don't know, something happened. I know people not getting any notifications, but wow, wow. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for not giving people their notifications. Wow, it's a great thing. Thanks, YouTube. I appreciate everything that you're doing. Keep up the good work, okay? Oh man, this is crazy. Okay. But anyway, so that's what we're talking about. So Marion Reneau basically she can't lose. Okay. If she loses, like, Marion's not Holly Holm. And, prime example, hey, Holly Holm can lose. And she's gonna be getting opportunity after opportunity. And part of that too, there's a dollar value, okay? There's a dollar value, associated with Holly Holm. So with her having that dollar value, I mean, it's gonna always afford her those fights. And I've always said that the demographic of the fans in the UFC, excuse me, guys, it's that 19 through 35 age range, that 19 through 35 white male age. And she's going to appeal to those people. That's just how it is. That's just truth. Okay. You can't change it, can't do nothing about it. It's just there. Okay. That's just the way that is. So, with that being said, what does Marion do? I'll tell you what Marion got to do. She got to keep winning. Okay. She's going to fight Kat Zingano. And right now, at this stage of Kat's career, this is a beatable Kat Zingano. She's very beatable. I mean, Ketlin Vieira just took her to school, and Ketlin Vieira completely. You know what? No, Kat Zingano actually, she had her spots. Okay, she had her moments. The body kicking of Kat Zingano was actually very good. Okay, the body kicking was actually very good for Kat Zingano. The thing of it is, though, Kat looked bewildered. She looked very, very bewildered. She looked like she just didn't belong in the octagon that day. Like it was strange watching Kat Zingano in that fight. And I started saying to myself, man, I wonder if Kat Zingano, I wonder if this is it. Like, I wonder if Father Time and the beatings that she's taking in the octagon, I wonder if they finally taken their toll on Kat Zingano. Like, I started wondering this, you know, like, what else? What else can Kat do? And I thought Kat fought hard. It's just Kat Zingano looked very, very, very bewildered, extremely bewildered. And she was so bewildered to the point where I'm like, man, I think Kat gonna get finished. But then a stroke of luck will have you. Kat Zingano actually she got Ketlin Vieira in the body with some good body kicks. And when she hit Ketlin Vieira with those body kicks, she broke Ketlin's ribs. Well, I think Ketlin's ribs were already, pretty much in bad shape. I thought they were. But Kat Zingano added on to the problem. So I'm like, okay, so now Kat Zingano has a chance to do this, but she just couldn't pull it off. She had Ketlin, she had her hurt. And all, Kat Zingano had to do was just keep attacking the body. But, for whatever reason, it didn't, it didn't happen. My man Benji is in the house. And somehow I think people are not getting the notifications because it's been people asking me like left and right, Coach, when are you going to go live again? And I'm back on live and boy, but it is what it is. My man Benji is here. And we're going to do what we do when we do it. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Keep my liked videos private. Why would I want that? Keep my subscriptions private? No, I don't want to keep my subs private. Okay, that's crazy. Why would I do that? See, YouTube, PCBH167. What's up, man? Hey, PCBH and Benji, y'all do me a favor, man. Did you guys get, Did you guys get a notification after I looked, like when I went live? Did you guys get a notification? Because a lot of people are saying they're not getting a notification. So I was like, man, but y'all kind of answer that, help the coach out real quick, and I will be overly ecstatic with you guys. Okay, let me see who's going to answer that question. Waiting, or some of you other people that's in here, hook a brother up. Okay, he didn't get a notification. PCBH, did you click on the bell icon? Because it's a lot of people, and I'm kind of starting because some people get them, and it's like crazy on certain days when I do a live stream, people get them. Okay, and then on some days they just don't, man. Wow, he just happened to be online. I wonder what's going on. I wonder what's going on that's preventing me from getting the notifications out. Like I don't understand. It does this, and it's irritating, man. Because I get so many people that say, "Coach, I don't even know you're online." Okay. Yep. My girl Renee was like, "Nope." Yeah. Well, I clicked the bell. See, he clicked the bell. See, this is what's ticking me off. So let me see. Okay, I'm gonna check my list. Okay. Manage what I share on YouTube. Let's get, because I really want people. Yeah, see, PCBH went to his subscription and noticed that I was live. This is crazy. Because some days I can get in there, it's a lot of people coming in, and then some days, like, never. Okay. Let's see. Post feed when I add a video to a public playlist. Uh, Post feed when I subscribe to a channel. Post feed when I. Okay, yeah, I think. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I really, really, really don't know. I don't understand why it's doing this. Uh, Keep my liked videos private. I mean, okay. Keep all my saved playlists private. I mean, I don't get what's up. Let me click off that. Let me see if that'll do something. Post feed when I add a video, because normally I can get about 20 to 30 people in here. It's 11 now, but there's so many people that don't get the notifications, and it's pissing me off to a point, man. And I need to tell full-time MMA that too. I think that's happening to him too. I don't know. It's something going on with how we do this, y'all. Auto groups, matching faces, better search. I mean, what is all this? Okay, affects items shared by link. Yeah, y'all hit the bell notification. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I have no idea what the heck's going on. Really? You know what, Benji? That might be. I am very pro gun. Okay, I'm extremely pro gun. You are so right. I believe in having guns everywhere I go. I believe in, I take care of my guns. Okay, I take care of my guns. I love my guns. Okay, I love my guns, and I'm not even telling you a lie. I love my guns. Let's see what others see about me. Show your plus Google community post. Don't feature any public. Okay, I took the photos off. I don't know, folks. I really don't know. Web and activity. Y'all think it could be web and activity? Location history. Save your search activity on apps and in browsers. Make searches faster. I don't know. What I have to do, I probably have to do like a search, man. I might have to do a search. Okay. Black men owning guns that don't fit the narrative. What's up, Guitar Babe? Guitar Babe, let me know. Let me know, dear, if you want to roll up on here, because we got to talk guitar. It's 10 of y'all up in here. It's 10 of y'all up in here. And we can add more topics to the stream, y'all. We can add more topics. I mean, it is what it is. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. I see my man Benji. I see my man Peanut Butter and Jelly. I see my man Derek Bailey. I see my sister from another mother, Guitar Babe. Guitar Babe, the coach got a lot of love for you, man. And I got to hit you up, man, because I got to ask you some questions. I know you can answer it. It's about music, though. But Guitar Babe, yep, I got that link going. Let's go ahead and get it in. Okay. Yeah, okay. So PCBH says he don't get notifications from any channels. I don't know. We got to figure out. Yo, yo, yo. My man Robert Larios is in the building. Robert Larios. We old school, man. This is back when I first started my channel, man. Robert Larios is in the house, guys. That's my dude, man. That's my dude. All right, man. So let's go ahead and finish. My girl Guitar Babe gonna sneak up in here. And we got 10 people in here, guys. Let's keep this conversation consistent. No more side segues. Okay, guys. So Chris Cyborg, like I said, not Cyborg, but Marion Reneau. We were talking about Marion. Marion has been doing a whole lot of just Marion. You know what? If Marion go here and do the unthinkable, guys, what if Marion Reneau wins? Okay. What if Marion Reneau wins? Okay. What if she wins? Like, what if Marion Reneau can get in here and defeat everybody? And what if she wins the ultimate? Okay, the ultimate belt. What if she goes and she defeats Amanda Nunes? Okay. What if? What if Marion Reneau goes in and wins the title? Okay. What if she does it? Man, do you know that this will be the greatest feat in women's MMA history? I'm serious. Like, this will be the greatest feat in women's MMA history. I'm telling y'all. Okay. I'm telling y'all, guys, it'll be a good feat. And I think Marion can do it. I think Marion Reneau can do it. Shout out to John Taylor. Oh, my homegirl. What's up?
Not much. Just
Good
getting ready to make dinner.
good tar babe. Well, go on and make the coach a salad real quick. And now, hey, we'll go ahead and get that in. What's going on, sister from another mama?
Not much. I'm actually getting ready to move. I'm going to move in the apartment above me. It's a lot more space. So, did some packing yesterday and today. So,
Okay, guys. Hey, look at this. Good Tar Babe is moving up in the world. She making big dollars. If you need a loan, go to Good Tar Babe. She'll charge you 15,000% on a dollar. Good Tar Babe. All right, you got to give me your breakdown, okay? You tell me, because I know your opinion probably different from mine.
okay.
What is going on with Marion Reneau and this fight against Kat Zingano? I mean, just break this down for
I
everybody.
do not know. I'm like, what the heck? It makes no sense. Kat Zingano just lost to Keelan Veria, and Marion Reneau just beat Sarah McMahon. Why do you have the fighter who just won a fight fighting the person who just lost a fight? It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's really mesmerizing. Like, could you imagine though? Like, if Marion Reneau is able to defeat all the opponents they put in front of her, and then she goes and wins the ultimate title.
Yeah.
What in your mind could that mean? For the sport of women's MMA.
It would be great. I mean, she'd be a good champion, I'm one of those, trash talk is good, but I like a champion who's, humble, doesn't trash talk. Cause for me, I care about what happens in the octagon, what they do in the octagon. I mean, the trash talking for me doesn't, I mean, it's exciting, but it's not as exciting as what happens in the octagon. But I mean, it would be great if she were champion, because we need more people like her as champion, like people like Rose and Chris Cyborg, because they you know they demonstrate what a champion should be. So I mean, it would that's why it would be awesome if she were champ.
It'd be a great thing if she became. I think she would represent that belt well. I'm not saying that Amanda doesn't. I think Amanda could do. I think Amanda is doing better at representing the belt. I think she's doing a better job. I think she's trying to be out there in the public. She's making herself a little well known. She's talking more on social media. She's doing more interviews, and I think Amanda is trying to slowly represent that belt. Um, and I think that Amanda's a decent champion. But I think somebody like with the likes of Marion would probably represent the belt even better. I think she stands for a whole lot more. Like, I got a lot of comments this week. I got a lot of comments. And one person was telling me, and I'm gonna let you give your thoughts on this too, because I really want to hear from your perspective. One person told me that, hey, where Marion Reneau doesn't really identify with who her race and culture is. and she's half black, you know. But I you see my thing. I was like, well, I mean, she actually identifies with Belizean because that's where her parents originate, where her mom's German and her dad's Belizean. So I mean, I'm trying to figure out like what else is Marion supposed to identify with? You know, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the first comment I got. So I don't know. You tell me about what are your thoughts on that particular part of it?
Um, I don't really know. I mean, I haven't really focused on that. Like, I mean, I don't really. I mean, to me, she's just a person. Like, I don't really look at people's race or anything like that. It's like to me, people are just people. But I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really thought about that. But I mean, I think. I mean, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't really know. Like I said, I don't know. That's all I can say. But
Okay, and that's a good honest opinion, and that's why I love you to death because you give me the real. You know, you don't you say it how you say it, and then you keep it moving. That's why.
yeah, like for me to like talk about like representing race, like for me, like I'm adopted, and both of my parents are Caucasian. Both of my brothers are white. My sister's black, and we're not all blood. Like we're all like all of us are adopted. So like just the concept of race just doesn't click in my head at all. Like it's just people are just people to me. So I mean, like my nieces are the same way. My brother's kids, it never crossed their mind why their aunt is black. So I mean, they've always just seen me as their aunt. So I mean, just yeah, talking about race, like it's just kind of there's no concept of it for me because people are people.
And see, that's kind of Marion rating. That's how she thinks too, you know.
Yeah.
And in the next question, people were saying, "Well, Marion don't stand for anything." I'm like, "Well, wait a minute. How does she not stand for anything?" Let me hear your thoughts first, and I'll give mine second.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Okay, so people are saying, "Well, Marion doesn't represent, and she don't stand for anything in the women's MMA community. She don't do anything. She just sits back and just takes the scraps that the UFC gives her."
She may not be like vocal, like hugely vocal, like media wise, but she's a teacher and she has to also represent herself like as being a teacher as well, and making sure that she's representing, like being a good example basically for being a teacher and stuff. But I think she represents well for women's MMA. Um, yeah, um, not really much else to say there, but
Okay, yeah, good time. I'm just gonna go on to what you said. She's a teacher. And I even showed in a video where Marion, she's actually, doing stuff at hospitals. Like kids that are sick, just like Cyborg does. So
yeah,
I'm trying to understand what else is she supposed to stand for, and she stands for her son. I mean
yeah,
that's who she stand. That's who she fights for. So what other reason on earth, like anything else that she does, is extra credit as in teacher terms? And Mario might be listening to this stream right now, but in teacher terms, everything else is extra credit.
yeah,
So and she does and also she does meet and greets. Marion does like several of those periodically through the year, and she's getting in touch with fans, trying to understand it, and the turnouts are pretty big. So and
yeah,
then that debunks two and one because they say, well, Marion Reneau isn't popular, but she'll get a ton of people at these meet and greets. I mean, how are these people going to explain all of this? It's the dumbest thing I ever heard. So now we've established that you can't destroy a character because she's not brash. Okay. Now we've established that you say she don't stand for a certain position or she denies her black culture when she identifies herself as Belizean. We got that out the way. And now, okay, well, Maureen doesn't really stand for anything in particular, but she visits kids in the hospital that are terminally ill. And she's a teacher shaping the young minds of the society and making a lot of these high school kids from nothing to something.
yeah.
I think Maureen is covered on all bases.
I
I think she's covered.
absolutely agree. Yeah.
So I don't know. But we're going to have a couple of people join us in a minute. But see, I wanted to go ahead and get your opinion first before everybody join in, because I don't want people drowning you out. Because when you talk, I want to hear everything. Okay, we're going to skip over. This is not on the program, but we'll skip over. Let's talk about the whole Leslie Smith incident. Okay, first of all, how do you feel about Leslie Smith being removed from the UFC? Um,
Um,
Go ahead.
um, First of all, I'm just like confused as to why people they're attacking Leslie, like all these like people on social media, like these fans, these casual MMA fans, they're attacking her for not fighting when Aspen Ladd is the one who failed to make weight. Also, Aspen Ladd refused to try to make the weight when she had time. So she wouldn't try to make the weight of the time that she had left. So I mean, it first, yeah. So I just think it's ridiculous that people are attacking Leslie for not fighting. They're like, why don't you stand up for it and just fight anyway? Like, be a warrior. And like, why should she have to? Like, she showed up. She was responsible. She made weight. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like the UFC wanted her out of there because she's got this whole union thing going on. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you're trying to stand up for something within the UFC, they're gonna try to get you up out of there. So
And yeah, I'm gonna tell you, it would have the whole thing is because of the union. They wanted her gone, okay? And see, Leslie, she tried to use the fight against against Aspen Ladd to negotiate another contract because Aspen missed weight, and she wanted to, but they basically it was pretty much a situation like, okay, so Leslie would literally fight for free had she just taken the fight, and it just would have been a pride thing. So instead of fighting and incurring all the damage, they were trying to get rid of her anyway. So they paid her. They paid her a show bonus, and they paid her. I think they
they
paid her.
even paid her win bonus.
Yep, they paid her for all that. It's like they literally said, "Okay, you won. Now I want you to get out and don't come back." And Leslie Smith, she's probably never going to be back into the UFC. She's done. What's going to have to happen though? I think Leslie can actually sue for discrimination, and I know that there
She
are laws.
could.
There are certain laws, and I think Marion Reneau, I think they both can sue for some type of discrimination because, and I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so Marion, can't fight Ketlin, but Rocky Pennington can just make a phone call and get the fight with Amanda Nunes because that's Amanda Nunes' ace boon coon. That's her buddy. Okay, Leslie Smith.
Now, for them to be like sued, don't they have to they have to find some don't they have to like find some way to like prove it, like that it's discrimination, or like I don't know how that all works with
See,
suing.
I think there's a way to do it. You just have to establish that they're clearly violating your constitutional rights. And if they do that, then that's discrimination. See,
Yeah.
discrimination don't always have to be in a form of race. It can be in a form of anything, but it can definitely be in a form of your constitutional rights. And I think Leslie Smith has a very strong case. I think Marion Reneau has a case, but she's actually got to prove that that's what they're doing. See, here with Leslie Smith, she's got a very, very, very strong case for a lawsuit because
Yeah.
you remember when she tried to do this in the beginning, she tried to start a fighters union and somebody in the organization undermined her. And so she was not able to get it off the ground. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
she was not able to get it off the ground. So now she does it again. And, the UFC, they didn't like this idea. They didn't like the fact that she was trying to get the fighters paid more. Because when you look at the pays, okay, there are 500 fighters on the roster, just about, okay, give or take. Do you know that the UFC, okay, let's just say if all their fighters wanted to fight, the UFC, they can have 5 UFC fight nights, they can have 3 pay-per-views. Do you know that the gates alone could pay all those fighters? Okay, the gates alone could pay, I'm talking about not even all the gate, but a portion of the gates. 20% of all those gates could pay their fighters. And they still have a whole lot more money. I mean, they could pay the fighters more if they wanted to, but the
No,
UFC,
Dana, he's got to take a majority of the money. Like
yeah.
that's what he does. And I don't think that's right.
Yeah, and they take a lion's share. You got fighters living paycheck to paycheck. And shout out to my boy Ed Harris III. We were arguing because Leslie Smith made what $62,500. And and I'm like, if you multiply that times 40% and think that Leslie fought what twice in 2018 or twice in 2017, you multiply that by two. Okay, 40%, and you're living in California. That's not a lot of money. Okay, that's definitely that's poverty. That's below
And
poverty.
I don't mean to go off topic, but um like the incident with Conor McGregor, like Dana White said he was paying the fighters who weren't able to fight because of him throwing that dolly onto the bus. He paid them their show money. I mean, that's great, but they're robbed of the opportunity of getting like a win bonus or fight of the night bonus. And like, I feel like he could have paid them. I feel like they deserve to have at least had their win bonuses too. Because, they were robbed of being able to make more money. And, people have said, well, we didn't want to see those fights anyway. And like, that's not the point. Like these fighters, that's how they make their money. They have mouths to feed, and for Conor McGregor to do that, like that's messing with people's livelihood. And that is not cool. Like, and that's how I look at it. Like, they're messing with these fighters' livelihood, with, just the way that they do stuff financially with how they pay these fighters. Cause, I mean, they need to do something about that. Like, if a fighter like misses weight and the other fight, and then the fight's canceled, the fighter that was scheduled to fight, they can't fight because their opponent failed to make weight. Unlike, I think they should just get more. They should get more than their show money. They should get their bonus, because I mean, they got to pay for their camps, like their coaches, their managers, and their families basically. So I mean, that's what I was looking at too with this, with yeah. So
Yeah, that's intense. That's really, really, really intense. Yes. Oh, and guys, before I tell you, I actually Sabina Mazo was victorious, and I'm actually going to be interviewing Sabina. I wanted to get on live stream, but I'm actually getting some new live stream software that's gonna allow me to actually interview and make the interviews a little bit more doable. So I'm gonna be interviewing on Facebook, but I'm gonna upload it. So Sabina Mazo, the Colombian Queen, is gonna be interviewing with the coach, and she was victorious, unanimous decision against Shannon Sin. So I wanted to throw that out there. Okay, guys. So I'm sending out the links right now. Okay, so we're gonna do it a little bit differently. Okay, some people are a bit more vocal than others, and some people can overtalk people. And I want everybody to be heard. So we're gonna try to do this. We're gonna do this in orderly fashion, but I want everybody to be heard, because I hate when other people talk. And I had to let my girl Guitar Babe get it in, because I know some people tend to talk over it. So but that's not what we're gonna do today. So and Guitar, did I tell you thank you for being here? Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. I love being on here. It's fun to come on these streams and just chat. So
Yeah, I really appreciate you. You're an amazing person, and one of these days you're gonna talk you into making some videos. I don't know. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
yeah,
You said yeah. That's okay.
I did make one video and put it on YouTube. I was responding to, what is it now, Dumb Jangle Check or Bojangle Check?
Uh, it's Bojangle Dumb Jangle Check.
Yeah, I made a video and uploaded it on YouTube. Like, you can't see anything, it's a black screen. But I was talking about just how Joanna is reacting to, or Bojangle is reacting to thinking that she won the fight. So it's only a short 2-minute video, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I got to go check it out then. I'm checking that video out immediately, because I ain't even know. Now I'm just gonna go sub to your channel now. So there it is. Done. Hey guys, links are sent. Let's get in here. Let's get this thing talking. Okay, so let me go ahead and ask you, what do you think, in your opinion, what does Leslie the Peacemaker Smith need to do now?
I think she should go to Bellator. I mean, they'd be dumb to not take her.
Do you think they'll take her based on her trying to start a fighters union? Because a lot of promoters they try to they he may be like Dana. They might want to avoid that.
That is true.
I don't know. I really don't know. All right, we got my man LDBC General Africa Awaken is in the building, guys. He's got a growing channel. Please at this time. Uh-oh, fanboys. Go subscribe to General Africa Awakens, y'all. It's a great channel. I enjoy this guy. I talk to this guy behind the scenes at least once a week. Talk to go subscribe to Guitar Babe. Now she got a video up, so that means you got the sub to her. I talked to her maybe, I don't know, maybe a couple times, during the month, and we talk a lot of good fight news, man. These are two awesome people. But how you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm good, Coach, man. It's good to be on, man.
Okay, so good.
What's up, Guitar Babe?
Oh, go ahead.
Hey.
Well, let me go ahead, Brian. I'm calling you Brian. Brian, the link's been sent, man. Okay, you guys just come on in, man. I done already sent the link, man. You got to check your email because I can't go off of Google Hang. I'm on my computer, so you got to go to your email. Okay. Yeah, I sent it through email. I don't know, boy. I done had you on this channel like 3 times, man. You should know how to click on this link and get in there, man. Come on now. I'm trying, man. And so y'all are calling me through Google Hangouts. It's not gonna work. You got to check your email.
That always throws me off, man. When I get the calls on a Google Hangout.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you can't. I can't. It won't come through Google Hangouts. You have to. You have to. Let me see. Let me see the link. Let me see.
Guitar Babe, I just subscribed to you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, she got some more subs. Hey,
yeah.
This Guitar Babe channel it's finna be right.
I gotta get it. I gotta do it now because I'll forget if I don't do it now. Just do it now.
So, General Africa, man, let me ask you, man. Okay, let's start. Okay, give me your thoughts. I saw your video on Marion Reneau. Let me get you to maybe if you can elaborate. Like, what are your thoughts about the whole Marion Reneau situation, man?
I had to get on here, man. It's really just disgusting, man, what they're doing to this woman, man. It's just like time after time after time. She fights who she can fight. And it's like, it's just so many excuses being made. Like, I'm sorry, I just gotta call it how I see it, man. It's like, me, I like Kat Zingano. She's cool, but it's like, how does she keep on getting these shots and like the same standards aren't being applied to Reneau that are applied? I mean, the same standards aren't being applied to Kat Zingano that are being applied to Marion Reneau. It just doesn't make sense. Kat Zingano, she was limping across the ring. I know she got hurt. She was limping across the ring against Katlin Vieira. Holly Holm is on a losing streak. Kat Zingano's on a losing streak. They're both in their late 30s. And it's like, so they're not old. They're not old. Like I said on my video, Marion Reneau is 40, looks like she's 30, fights like she's 20, man. This is somebody that could be marketable, so marketable. And it's like, the UFC and a portion of the fan base is evil, man. I'm sorry. I'm just calling it how I see it, man. Because, it's this is something that should not be swept under the rug, man. It's not right.
Okay. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I think the way she's being treated, and I kind of understand too why Marion. She's kind of said something about it, but she's not like went like balls to the wall, like just going off because, she even told me, she said, well, Coach, I fight and the money, I use it for my son's college. She got a 15, 16-year-old son at home who's a basketball player, and and I get it.
Hello.
She don't want. Hold on. She don't want her livelihood, like screwed up. And I get that because it's part of it. And that's her current son's college tuition. But, she's actually said that, it's crappy. She's thankful that she gets to fight a legend like Kat Zingano and she's appreciative of it. But she had her hopes on fighting Ketlin Vieira to get a possible title shot. And I think they knew this, General Africa. I think they knew that Marion Reneau has a lot of momentum. Okay, they didn't expect. And guys, I'm sorry if I'm getting a little long winded. They didn't expect her to really get this far. They cheated her out of being on Tough. Remember that they cheated her, said she was too old. But
Yep.
now they got Roxanne Modafferi, and now they got Barb Honchak. So I don't know how they're gonna explain that. And her first few fights, they were trying to rob her. They robbed her against Ashley Evans Smith. Okay, she, this referee they had in the Betch Correa fight, he was a dumb referee, man, because she hit that girl, and the girl got a concussion, and now this is leading to a string of concussions with Betch Correa. So, and it's like they tried to rob her, and when she fought Duty Ava, they tried to rob her, and she had to beat Duty Ava to death, and then they finally stopped that fight, and then she goes in, she finishes Sarah McMahon. So she's doing all this work, and it's like, okay, I'm winning. I'm in exciting fights. Okay, what gives? Okay, what else is going on? What else do I have to do? And now Marion looking a title shot right in the face. If I can just beat Ketlin Vieira, I know I get a title shot. They completely take that off the table.
Yeah.
Done. But
And
anyway,
it's like if I could say one more thing, and it's like with the Ashley Evans Smith thing, it's man, people don't have to see it the way you see it, the way I see it, but I'm gonna say it right now. Some of these fighters that don't have the complexion for the protection, man, it's a tough road. It's a tough road, and the looks matter too with a lot of these fighters. They want a certain look. They want the the Cats and Ganos, the Holly Holmes, the Paige Van Zants, and so on and so forth. And down the road, what happens is a lot of other fighters start getting screwed over too. The Leslie Smiths and the stuff like that. See, people don't realize that when you sweep the stuff under the rug, it's gonna come your way too eventually, because that energy travels and it spreads. It's not just gonna hurt that group of people. It's gonna hurt everybody, because that's just the way it works, man.
wow. Okay. Hey man. Well, hey, definitely good insight, General Africa, man. Hey man, my man Brian Jensen is in the building, man. I appreciate
Hey,
this
what's up,
guy.
man?
Brian, I got to give Brian the introduction, man. I got to give him a proper introduction, man. This guy, man, I'm gonna tell you, man. Brian can come at me 1,000 ways, and I still respect Brian, because Brian tell me, look, Brian will say, Coach, nope, I don't believe in that. That's just crazy. Nope, let me tell you why. I love this guy to death, because the guy speaks from the heart. Even when he disagree, and Brian will go in on me, but he does it from the heart, man. And I love his channel. Guys, go subscribe to Brian Jensen. Brian Jensen MMA. Go subscribe. It's a great channel. So, Brian, what are your thoughts on what we've been talking about? You've been in the stream, so you go ahead and let's mute everybody and let's go, Brian.
Thanks for the introduction, Coach. But I was, when it comes to the Marion Reneau situation, it's not just that she lacks the complexion for the protection. She really also doesn't have the complexion for the connection. I mean, she's just constantly getting screwed over, due to her being a woman of color, and also, because of her age as well. And it's BS, because you got Fabricio Verdum, who's 39, 40 years old, but he's still fighting in the UFC. And of course he was a champion, so there is that. But, having Barb Honchak, who's 37, pushing 40, who is in the tough house and did really well, almost got to the finals. Yeah, Roxanne, who's also past her prime in her mid-30s, that's fighting in tough. So there's just a lot of contradictions and a lot of hypocrisy that, they should be heavily promoting Marion Reneau. The way that Bernard Hopkins and Golden Boy promoted Bernard Hopkins when he was in his 40s. Remember when Bernard Hopkins was starting to get past his prime? He was self-promoting himself. Then he got with Golden Boy, and then he started really promoting himself, and he became a bigger draw in his 40s than he was in his 30s and 20s. So the UFC could do that with Marion Reneau, but they don't want to do it because they feel it's a waste of time, because they don't think there's a market out there for people being, fascinated that somebody who should be past their physical prime has basically better hand-eye coordination than a lot of women in their 20s, who's becoming a complete fighter, who has a complete skill set as far as striking and jiu-jitsu and grappling. And yes, she's getting completely screwed over. And what happened with Leslie Smith was also really sad, but it was kind of expected. I just didn't expect it to happen so soon. Where Leslie, she wanted to fight what's her name, Ashley Ladd, is that what her name? That
Yeah, it was Aspen Ladd. Sorry.
Aspen Ladd, yes. Yeah, and Leslie Smith wanted to fight Aspen Ladd, but then she decided to renegotiate her contract because those were her last fight on her contract. And so the UFC was like, "No, we'll just pay you your show money, your win money, and we're not going to give you a new contract." See, I think the UFC was planning on doing this for a while. Like it's really suspect. It's very suspicious how Aspen Ladd decides not to make weight again, and then all of a sudden the UFC tells Leslie like, "Oh, we're not going to renew your contract, and we're just going to pay you your money just to go away." So it's very. I feel like they had it out for her from the beginning. It's kind of like with Coach talking about the no love list. Like I think the no love list is very real, at least for the UFC. I think there are certain fighters that they like on that list, like Cynthia Cavill. They like her, but with Leslie Smith, they put a target on her back and they just got rid of her. So that was really sad, but it was expected. I just did not expect it to happen so fast. Yeah. So that's just my thoughts on those two subjects.
Wow, man. Hey, and here's my man Benji, man. This guy, he's definitely been around. Actually, been supporting my channel ever since I started talking women's MMA. He's a Triple G fan. We go back and forth about Gennady Golovkin, but man, I like Benji. Love his energy, man. Young guy, nice guy too. Very nice guy, man. And I appreciate you, Benji, just actually taking time out of your day to come on. Hey, how you doing, Benji?
Hey, can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I would say I'm kind of a Triple G fan, but I'm actually more of a Lomachenko fan. But that said, I don't really watch boxing very often at all. I'm more into MMA.
Yellow.
Okay.
But
got George in the house. Yeah, but go ahead, man. So just give us your thoughts, man.
We've been talking about a lot of different subjects. I think what interests me the most is I think Marion's next fight. I do think that her fighting Caitlin would make, or Ketlin, am I pronouncing that right? I think that makes more sense. I'm not too excited about what's scheduled. I kind of agree with what you're saying, where they didn't want to give her Ketlin because that would be like a title elimination bout. So I don't know. I'm kind of a little frustrated with that.
Okay, so Benji, let me ask you something I know you'll be able to do for us, man. And for people out there listening. Okay, Benji, break down and do this for us, man. What would Kat Zingano need to defeat Marion Reneau? And what would Marion Reneau need to do to defeat Kat Zingano?
Well, Kat Zingano was always known for being like really strong, being able to like take people down and all that. But Marion showed that she has really good ground game, and like that triangle that she put on Sarah, like that was serious, and that's something that Kat it needs to look out for. I think that could easily happen to her. So I think if Kat Zingano is going to beat Marion, she's going to have to be really good with striking. And I didn't see that in the last fight, really. I thought she was kind of timid, to be honest.
Okay. I mean, man, well, I tell you, though, I think Kat did have her moments, man, when she was definitely delivering those leg kicks to the body with Ketlin, and they were very effective. I just don't think Kat even recognized that Ketlin was actually hurt. Like, because I think if Kat would have realized that, oh, wait a minute, I got her hurt to the body.
I think you're right.
I think Kat would have kept going, but she just kind of, I don't know, Kat just kind of fell back off the offense, I'm like,
when I was watching it, I didn't notice that Ketlin was hurt.
Yeah, she had her hurt.
She had a good poker face. I'll say that.
Wow. Okay, and I see my man George Page. George Page, man, much love, much appreciation, man, for coming in. Okay, then after George gives his thoughts, then we're gonna go in order. We're gonna start with Guitar Babe, George, General Africa, Brian Jensen, and Benji. We're gonna go in that order, okay? All right, so George, go ahead and give us your thoughts on the topics that we're talking about.
Well, for one thing, I mean, Kat's been out for 2 years. She hadn't fought since she fought Julia Pena. And there's no reason for Marion to fight somebody who already lost on the same card she was on with Sarah McMahon. That's garbage. if anything, okay, if anything, Cat should fight Sarah McMahon to see who can stay in the UFC. And if they need somebody for Marion to fight, well, why not fight Aspen Ladd? She's been training for fight Leslie Smith, so why not those two fight?
Okay. Yeah, I understand, man. Real shout out to my man PCBH 167 in the super chat, man. Much love to you, man. Super chat, super chat, super chat. Salute to you, brother. All right, George, and that finishes your thought, man. Okay, so we're gonna start with Good Time, Babe, and now we're gonna go, and I want to delve into the whole Megan Anderson and Cyborg deal, but I'm gonna do it from a whole different angle, okay? I'm gonna ask you first, Guitar Babe, what does Megan Anderson need to do to defeat Chris Cyborg? Because we know that we're gonna get that fight eventually. We just don't know when, okay? And what does Chris Cyborg need to defeat Megan Anderson, vice versa? So I'm gonna start with you, Guitar Babe.
I think Megan is actually, I think she's a little bit taller than Chris Cyborg. I think she's gonna have to use her size to try to capitalize on Chris Cyborg, and yeah, and avoid those shots from Chris Cyborg, like try to maybe counter, use good footwork, and you said Megan, she's got a left arm that she can throw that'll drop somebody. That you said, I'm not sure, but
Yes.
okay, yeah, if she can land a lot of those on her, but it's hard for me to talk about what she needs to do to beat Cyborg because I don't see that happening. Cyborg's just too much of a beast. I mean, with Chris Cyborg, I mean, pretty much whatever she's been doing, it's working. I wouldn't change anything. I think she knows what she needs to do to beat Megan, and but yeah, I mean, like I said, it's hard for me to critique it because I just don't see Megan being able to beat Chris Cyborg. I don't think she's ready. She doesn't have enough experience to be able to pull it off.
Okay, that's Guitar Babe's thoughts. Okay, excellent. I mean, hey, wow, she broke it down pretty good. For everybody that's listening, she really broke it down. Okay, there's a question in the comment section, and I'm gonna allow everybody to answer. We'll start with George. Um, my man Liquid BJJ says, ask the panel, why doesn't Antonina Shevchenko go to 145 or 135 and leave the 25 the 125 division to her sister? Why clash with her blood? What? Yeah. Okay. So George Page, let's go for it. My main man, George Page. You ready? Oh, hold on.
He's on mute.
Oh
He's on
yeah,
mute, George.
I had to mute him. It's making that background noise, man. Let me unmute the brother. Oh, it's not letting me unmute him. I'll be darned. Hey George. Hey George, you got to hit the unmute key. Like just click on your icon and click. Like I muted him, but it won't let me unmute him. That's crazy. Dang, George. Okay. Yeah, George. So click on the icon and you'll see like the microphone. Just click the microphone and it'll unmute you. I had to mute you because you had some background in there while Guitar was talking. George Page, I know he's there because I just saw him come up on camera. Okay, just click that.
There.
Yeah, you'll see an arrow, George. You'll see an arrow. And click on the arrow next to your name and then just click the muted button and it'll unmute you. Okay. All right. While George figures that out, okay, we'll go to you, General Africa. Do you feel comfortable answering the Antonina Shevchenko question? Like, why won't you? Oh, go ahead.
I mean, the best way I can, my best guess because I haven't really spoken to her. But my best guess would probably be maybe that she doesn't feel comfortable at those heavier weights. I mean, usually siblings don't like fighting each other. If you look at like the Klitschko's in boxing in the heavyweight division for like over a decade, they never fought each other, and people didn't even expect an undisputed heavyweight champion because they didn't expect two brothers to fight. So I'm thinking that she thinks that she's just better off, at what is it, 125 or whatever, and then maybe one of them will leave eventually, because I can't see them fighting. But I think she probably feels she feels as if she can do better at that division, and maybe they've had discussions, her and Valentina, and maybe one of them will be like moving out eventually.
Okay,
that's my best guess on that.
Okay, no doubt, man. Good looking out, Brian Jensen.
I think Antonina. I thought she would turn pro in the UFC, or she's been fighting professional MMA for a long time, but I thought she would fight at 135 in the UFC. I thought that was going to be her goal. So when she said she was going to fight at 125, I was a little confused. I didn't know what was going on, whether she wanted to fight Valentina or something. But Antonina, I watched the interview she had on Ariel Helwani's show back on Monday, and I watched the whole interview, and Antonina said she definitely doesn't want to fight her sister Valentina. She just wants to. Pavel said fighting in the Contender Series is a good opportunity for her to get into the UFC. So she's going to get into the UFC, which means Antonina can't fight in Muay Thai. And what I thought was interesting about the interview is that Ariel was asking her a question about, well, if you fight in the UFC, you're going to be fighting only exclusively in the UFC. Like, you're not going to be fighting in Muay Thai and the UFC, at the same time. But, Antonina said, well, she understands that, but she said she wants to. It was kind of weird, her response. She said that she wants to fight in the UFC, but she really wants to fight in Muay Thai. But she says that it's like she wants to fight in Muay Thai and the UFC at the same time, but the UFC isn't going to give her that option. So I don't even know if Antonina is going to be getting into the UFC, or if she does, she might not be there for a long period of time. So unless she really wants to make that transition, and I think eventually she's going to move up to 135 and just fight there permanently, if that's the case. But I think Antonina, she probably should have just fought over at Bellator, because Bellator would let her do Muay Thai and kickboxing and fight in MMA at the same time.
Hey, Brian, do you think that they should allow her to do that? Get her like her Bo Jackson on and let her just do the Muay Thai and the UFC at the same time, rather than kind of like constricting her to just the UFC?
It would be unprecedented. That's the thing. It would be unprecedented because the UFC doesn't do that. They only let their fighters usually fight exclusively in the UFC, and they don't do boxing, or they don't do kickboxing a few times in a year, like on the side, just to make extra money. Like the UFC usually doesn't do that. So they let Antonina do that. It would be unprecedented, and it would be giving Antonina certain privileges that other fighters do not have. And it would also give her something that Chris Cyborg doesn't have with the UFC. Because Chris Cyborg wants to fight in boxing. She wants to fight at 154, but she's stuck in the UFC, which is why I think Chris Cyborg wants to go to Bellator, because if Chris Cyborg fights in MMA in Bellator, she'll be able to do boxing as well, because she wants to fight at 154 in boxing and do MMA. But she can't do that if she's with the UFC. So,
can I jump in real quick?
Go right ahead, because it's your turn, because you're in a row. Let's get it.
Because I think the subject that we've been talking about, Brian was talking about pretty extensively. I think that's probably more important than a fighters union. That's my argument. I think if you get fighters to be able to do fights outside the UFC, that's a really strong position to be able to argue for, because the UFC's whole legal argument is that the fighters are independent contractors. Will allow them to be independent contractors and go get other jobs.
I agree. That would be better than just getting a fighters union. That would be just as good.
Like, I do work a little bit in the trades, I do some HVAC work. And so, like, let's say if I were to do like commercial HVAC, work, air conditioning, let's say, and I go and I work for a mall, and that mall says you're allowed to work for us and us only. Well, can I do that as an independent? That's not. I'm not being an independent contractor in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm being employed by that company that owns the property of the mall. I think that's a pretty good argument.
Outstanding argument. Outstanding argument. Okay, George Page, I got to ask you, man. So now just take yourself off mute. I had to mute you because it's a lot of background noise over there. But just click on the mute button, and definitely, man, I want you to answer that question. Oh, Fanon International is in the building. Fanon, hey, man, I can't. I'm sorry, I'm choked up, man. Fanon International Boxing is in the building, man. This guy channel growing. This guy getting like 1 million subs a day. He got to be the most up and coming popular boxing channel on YouTube right now. Shout out to Mr. Fanon International Boxing. All right, George Page, let's get it. All right. You got to take yourself off mute, George. I tell you what, when he figured out and when I realized that he's not on mute, then we're just going to let him just cut in, okay? I think he's having the time figured out. Just click on it, man. Like, just click on the microphone. Like, you click on yourself, and then you click on the microphone. As soon as you click on yourself, the arrow, it'll be a drop-down arrow. Hit the drop-down arrow, and then you click, and then click on, unmute. That's all you do. All right, he'll figure it out. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead. Let's go with Guitar Babe. Okay, so Guitar Babe, let me ask you this, okay? We talked about a lot of different things, okay? A lot of different things, a lot of different fights coming up. I want to ask you specifically because I asked you what would Megan need to do to beat Chris Cyborg, okay? All right. What is Cyborg gonna have to do to convince the UFC to bring in the featherweights needed to make that division legitimate?
I'm trying to think here. I'm not sure because I don't, because like right now it's her right now and it's Holly and Megan right now, but I'm not sure what she's gonna have to do. I guess talk more, be more vocal about it on social media. Just putting herself out there with trying to speak up about it, like even maybe speak up about doing a tough season for women's featherweight, which I think should have happened this summer instead they're doing right now a men's lightweight, which doesn't make any sense because the lightweight
Men's featherweight
division is already stacked. So why are we doing a lightweight tough season instead of a women's featherweight tough season? Because I think that having a tough season for the women's featherweight would really help. So I think maybe if she could bring that up, like maybe talk about that more, put that out there more.
Come on.
They're doing a men's featherweight, the undefeated season this season.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't understand why they're doing that.
Agree.
They should be having a tough season for women's featherweight to get more fighters.
I agree. They should have done that. They should have done like an undefeated season for women's featherweight. Just find like 10 or 15 female featherweights out there that are undefeated and just do a season on that. Or they'll probably do it later on this year. But, I agree with the coach. They don't want to make this division around Cyborg. They want to make it around Megan Anderson, which is why they have Megan fighting Holly Holm. I even think Megan's going to fight Cyborg later on this year.
Yeah, you know what? I was trying to tell people that, man, but people just kind of, I had a lot of, I'm going to tell y'all, like some of the stuff that I've gotten, I'm talking about, like these are legit death threats. Oh, man, George, okay, hey, George, have you figured out how to mute yourself and unmute yourself? George.
I think he just did it.
GP. Oh, Fanon? Okay. Yeah, I see Fanon. Hey, Darren Fanon want a link. Oh, shoot ya. Yeah, man. I'll just put Fanon up in here right now. God, that's what I'm talking about. Fanon International Boxing. Boy, this is a legend.
My.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, man, I'm sending him a link like right now. God, dog. I mean, he say he watch it, man, so I'm with it. Okay, George. George, you ready? I think oh, wait a minute. George Page is gone.
Oh, he dropped.
God, dog. Boy, them
Oh, you
trolls got
scared him
him.
off.
Them trolls got him. George, speak to us. Come back. George? Okay, he's gone. All right, he'll come back in. He'll come back in, you know? All right. So, okay, who was next in the lineup? I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. Super chat, my girl, guitar babe. Super chat, super chat, super chat. Okay, all right. Who was next? Okay, Brian, you talked. So, okay, Benji. Okay, good. All right, my next question gonna be for Benji, man, and I think this is a good one, man. Okay,
Right.
so Benji, what do you think in your mind? Okay, what does Cyborg physically need to do? Okay, to get this featherweight division cranking, or what can she do to convince the UFC, hey, we need to put some people in this featherweight division?
What does Cyborg need to do?
Yeah.
I don't think it's on her, but if it was, she maybe fight 2 people at once.
Right.
She beats everyone. I don't
That'd be
think
hilarious.
I don't think anyone can beat her. So I don't know. I don't think it's on Cyborg. I think the best idea I heard for getting that weight division going was have the tough, the Ultimate Fighter season. What else can we do?
Man.
And they could get Cindy Dandois back. I mean, Cindy Dandois wanted to fight Cyborg, and Cindy Dandois submitted Megan Anderson like 3 years ago. So, I mean, there's a lot of women that want to fight Cyborg that could go into a tough house.
Cindy Dandois really wants to fight Cyborg. Like, on her Twitter, she's always bringing her up, like, every single day. Like, it's like her dream to fight Chris Cyborg.
She wants to be added to that wall of destruction.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Guitar Babe and Fanon International Boxing. Super chat, super chat, super chat. Boy. Thanks, you guys, because you know where the money going this month is going to up and coming fighters. Well, it's been going to them for the last 3 months, and this month is no different. Okay, so shout out to that. All right, okay, guys. So yeah, Cindy Dandois, has been wanting to fight Chris Cyborg. I'll start off with me, and then I'll go to you, Guitar, and then we'll just go in a row. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna start off, man. I think it's honorable that Cindy Dandois want this fight because she's been calling for it for over a year now. But I think Cindy Dandois get abused in this fight. I think she get abused. I think she get brutalized, and I think Cindy get put to sleep. Matter of fact, I think Cindy go to sleep faster than Yana Kunitskaya go to sleep. I think Cindy is going to sleep. Okay. All right, Guitar, we'll go to you.
Oh yeah, she would definitely get slept. I mean, her stand up. I mean, my goodness. I mean, I'm not trying to be cruel, but like that is like some of the worst like stand up I've ever seen. Like she's horrible. Like
it's pretty bad.
Sloppy. It's bad. Like she wants to get in there with Chris Cyborg. She can't do that. I mean, I don't know if she just wants a payday or she just wants to go in there and get murked or something. But like, there's no way she's gonna with stand up like that. I mean, it'd probably take Chris Cyborg 10 seconds. That'd be the quickest knockout in UFC history.
Hey, real quick though, TC.
It would be a human sacrifice.
Hey, TC Johnson, I got to disagree with you, man. And he's saying that the 145 division across the board is weak. I got to disagree. There are a lot of top featherweights out there in the world, man. I mean, bro, you got Amber Liebert. You got Gabby Holloway. I mean, bro, you got up-and-coming rising star. You got Felicia Spencer. I mean, you got so many different, featherweights that are there. And, I mean, I did a whole video. I did a live stream, an hour-and-a-half live stream on top featherweights who the UFC, they need to sign right now. And these people, they're skilled. You got a lot of former Muay Thai world champions in these featherweights that's up and coming, that's still in their 20s. You got kickboxing champion. You got BJJ champions. I mean, you got a whole plethora of 145 stars that just not being signed because, it's the reluctance of the UFC. They just don't want to sign, these featherweights that are there. And I think they will make some really good fights. Okay. But that's just my opinion. Okay. So we'll go down the road to the next person. Good Time Babe was okay. It was General Africa. Yes, sir.
Yeah, what was the question again, Coach? Was it about? Oh yeah, it's Cyborg.
Yeah.
Man, the UFC gotta want to do it. They gotta realize that. I don't know if it's the fact that they don't want to, they don't want to spend the money, or they just don't want. They want to wait till Chris Cyborg's gone so that they can have Megan Anderson be like the face of the division. I don't know what it is, but the most I could ask, because this is the thing. I don't want to ask Cyborg to do too much because she's been consistent. She's out there fighting. She does so much, and then to ask her to go out there and say, hey, every day UFC build a division. But at the same time, if she did do that, would it help? Maybe. Then again, maybe not. I think at the end of the day, the UFC has to want to do it, and we're just going to have to push them to build the division because it's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous at this point that they aren't putting any type of, I don't know, they're not putting any interest into it. It's like they just having to sit there. It's like, this is your company, this is your business, build it. Like, what are you doing? Like, sometimes I just question like who really runs, like who's working there, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, hold on, guys. So, God, dog, for non-international boxing channel, $100 in the super chat. Yeah, PG-13 channel. God, dog.
Wow, that's amazing.
Woo,
wow.
Man, some fighters
That
they
is
gonna
great.
be happy. These fighters gonna be happy this month. I think who is it going to this month?
Wow.
It's going to Jasmine Crawford. That's exactly who getting it this month. Jasmine Crawford. Y'all remember Jasmine Crawford? Jasmine. I think I forgot her nickname.
Yeah, Jasmine's really good.
Yeah, Jasmine gonna be a beast.
Yeah,
Jasmine
she's a
Crawford
good fighter.
gonna be a beast. She gonna be a beast. She got about 2-3 more years, man, for she legit, like really legit. But man, God, dog, fanning y'all. Go subscribe.
I already subscribed. I was looking at some of his videos. I was like, wow, he's got some really up to date videos on what's really going on recently in boxing. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think Fanon is like a lawyer, right? Right, General. He's a lawyer, right?
Yep.
Oh, so that's good money.
Yeah, man. This man be talking about business of boxing and all that stuff. Okay. All right, man. God, dog, man. If not that, man, appreciate it.
And sadly, that's the reality in boxing because of the business of boxing. Fighters don't want to fight each other. They don't want to fight as much, making so much money.
Wow.
So, yeah.
God,
that's a consequence.
Okay. All right. So, Brian, what is Brian and Benji? Okay, y'all answer that question. Then we'll move on because I got some good ones now.
Oh, okay, the question about Cyborg?
Yeah. What does Cyborg need to do physically to get the UFC to bring in more talent?
Well, they're not going to do anything for her, so there's nothing she can really do. I mean, what's going to happen is she's going to have one more fight. I don't think it's going to be against Megan Anderson. It's going to be against somebody. It could be against Cindy Danwall or somebody better, a little bit better, a little bit worse. And they'll pay her a lot of money, and then they'll probably pay her extra money just to lead the UFC. It wouldn't surprise me if they did to Chris Cyborg what they did to Leslie Smith, only it's more money. Like, they'll pay Chris Cyborg $500,000 just to go away. And they'll send her to Bellator. Yeah, I could see that happening. Like, if Chris Cyborg fights her next opponent, she beats the shit out of her, and then she wants to fight Megan Anderson, they say no. And then Cyborg says she wants to extend her contract, then they'll just give her $500,000 plus the win bonus or whatever. And Cyborg is sent to Bellator, and then Megan Anderson will fight Amanda Nunes or whoever for the featherweight title later on this year or early next year. And next year, Cyborg will be fighting in Bellator and in boxing. So there you go. And then everybody's happy, I guess.
Okay. And
Cyborg doesn't need to be in a promotion that nobody likes her, where she's treated unfairly. Megan Anderson doesn't have to fight Cyborg. So, the UFC will be happy with that because Megan Anderson won't be badly damaged and will be out for like 6 to 8 months or whatever. Bellator gets Cyborg, and Cyborg gets to fight in boxing.
Wow. Okay, Benji.
I think I answered this question first, but I'll add something else. I agree with what Brian said. Like, they might pay for Cyborg to go away. That might be real. And what the first time I had that thought was like, well, she never really got accepted into the UFC. Like, they had her fight, but it always sort of felt like it was going to be like a one and done with her. Like, I don't know. There's just the way that she was promoted. It didn't feel like she was going to be in a like an establishment, like continuing fighter. I feel like they just brought her in to be like a one event because they did that catchweight thing, and I don't know. And who did she fight? She fought
she came in to fight Leslie Smith.
Yeah, she fought Leslie Smith, Lena Landsberg, and then she fought I forgot the Russian girl name. She fought her too.
No, she fought Yana recently. That was back in March.
No, it was another Russian girl she fought too. Before that, it was Lena Landsberg.
After Lena Landsberg, she popped and she was exonerated, and then she fought Tanya Effinger.
Okay.
And then after Tanya Effinger, she fought Holly Holm, and then she fought Yana. But when she fought twice in 2016, the reason why they had her fight at the catchweight at 140 is because they wanted Cyborg to have a super fight against some bantamweight. It was supposed to be against Holly. It was supposed to be against Ronda Rousey. Yeah.
No, it was against Amanda Nunes, right?
It was supposed to be against Ronda, but Ronda lost to Holly, and then Holly lost to Misha. So that's what they wanted. They wanted a super fight for Chris Cyborg to fight Ronda. It was going to be at a catchweight at 140 or at 135. Cyborg wanted to make 135, or at least try to make 135 to fight Ronda, or fight her at a catchweight at 140. But all that basically got scrapped when Ronda got destroyed by Holly. And then Holly lost to Misha, and then Misha lost to Amanda Nunes. And then Cyborg was stuck in limbo, and they had her fighting another catchweight against Lena Landsberg. But all that shit was done so that Cyborg could get a super fight against Ronda or whoever. But they never planned on having a featherweight division. They never planned on Chris Cyborg to stay in the UFC. That was never the goal.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, so we'll go back down the line, okay? Now, we're going to switch topics. I know y'all going to love this one. Some of y'all going to eat it up. Some of y'all, I don't know what you're going to do with it. Okay, Joanna Jedrzejczyk. She tells a lie. She lied, okay? She lied on Trevor Whitman. She lied on Pat Barry. She said that, Trevor Whitman and Pat Barry, she said that she didn't say them, but she said that Rose's coaches said that they thought that she won the fight. Guitar Babe, we're going to start with you.
Well, Jedrzejczyk is all she's basically trying to do now is stay relevant by running her mouth pretty much anymore. Yeah, so I mean, and she's still in her mind, she still thinks she's the champion. Like, I don't know how this could be any more clear that she's not the champion. Like, Rose knocked her out first fight, and Rose outpointed her in the second fight. But her, to say that her coaches even said that they thought that Joanna won, she's just, what's scary to me? They didn't say that, but I think in her head, she really believes they said that. Because she's so, she really believes that she's the champion. Like, she really believes it. And to be honest, the way she keeps thinking like that, I don't think she's gonna do well from now on, because she's mentally broken now. And when you're mentally broken like that can affect you in a fight. And I know she's beaten pretty much every strawweight in her path, but now with this kind of mindset, it could change a lot of things. If she fought Carolina again, it could be different. It could be different if she fought Andrade again, just because, fighting is also mental. So, I mean, the way that she's thinking right now, she's not in her right mind. And, I don't know, just something about the way that she's handling herself right now. I don't think it's going to get better for her if she keeps thinking like that.
She kind of acting like old Adrian Broner. God, dog. Okay, George Page is finally back. Okay, so George, we're going to skip the question. Joanna Jedrzejczyk, has been caught lying. She got caught in a lie. What do you think about this lie that Bojangles has said?
The problem with her, she's just a liar. I mean, she can't accept the fact that she lost. She lost, and she's trying to find whatever thing to make her feel better and make her fans feel like, oh wow, she's just garbage. You lost the fight. Put on your big girl panties and accept that you that you have lost. Don't keep running around saying, "Oh, I lost this first time because of my nutritionist or my trainer," or Rose's coach and her husband said, "I won." Just accept the fact you lost. Be a bigger person. If you are that egotistical about this situation, then get out of the fight game. Do like Ronda. Maybe go to WWE or TNA or Ring of Honor someplace, and they can use actors like that.
That's one thing she could do.
Yeah.
Dog.
Fire.
Straight fire. Okay, so General Africa, I'm gonna have you I'm gonna ask you a twofold question. First, I want you to tell me your thoughts on Bojangles line, and then tell me, I just want to know, like, how was, in your mind, how was Adrian Broner's behavior and Joanna's behavior? If you think in your mind, like, how could they be similar? So answer the first question first, and then the second question second. I'm just because I know you just want to get on that Adrian Broner, so I'm gonna let you do it, man.
Man, it's when she made those comments about Rose Namajunas mental health and all that, I'm starting to think that maybe she thought she was talking to herself, man, because now she's imagining things or making up things and having illusions and things like that and telling people to bow down to you. You're the queen. Listen, lady, you lost twice. The first time you tapped out from vicious head punches. The second time you were brutalized throughout the fight, and it's just she's started to come off as not stable, man. She's starting to come off as unstable, and it's looking bad for her, man, because now she's gonna have to, like, where's she gonna go? She's never gonna defeat Rose Namajunas in this division. It's never. It's just not gonna happen. And just to tie it into Adrian Broner, I mean, here we have a guy, that's just so talented, but can't stop himself from effing up every time he gets a shot. And it's the same thing with Joanna Jedrzejczyk. It's like, after the fight, I'm sitting here like, all right, man, yeah, Jedrzejczyk, Bojangles dumb Jedrzejczyk. All right, she put up a good fight. All right, I like her just a little bit now. Then she's making up stuff, just talking about how, like, Dana White and Pat Berry or whoever said that she won. It's just disgusting, man. It's like, just get out of here, man. Let's go to, like George said, just go to WWE or something, man. Just you clown, man. Just get out.
Bojangles dumb Jedrzejczyk. Okay, all right, Brian Jensen, what do you think about the lies that Joanna Bojangles dumb Jedrzejczyk said?
I think, yes, she is lying and she's making herself look ridiculous, but I think it's more of a psychological thing. Like, it makes her feel better. It makes her feel more confident. I think it has like an opposite effect because, like, it's kind of like with James Toney. In boxing with James Toney and Bernard Hopkins and Winky Wright, if you got all three of those guys in a room together, let's say 10, 12 years ago, you would think they were undefeated. Like, they never lost a fight, ever. They never lost. Bernard Hopkins never lost to anybody except for Roy Jones Jr. James Toney would say the same thing. I never lost to anybody except against Roy Jones Jr. As far as Winky Wright is concerned, he never lost until he fought Paul Williams. It's a mental thing. It's like if it's a close fight, if it goes the distance, and there are a few close rounds, you're just going to say you won, and you're going to think you won, and you're going to keep saying you won, and you're going to make yourself believe that so you can keep on fighting, and you can beat the next person's ass. That's what Joanna, I think, is going to do. I think mentally it's a psychological trick she's doing to herself to give her more confidence. And if she moves up to 125 at flyweight, I don't think anybody in that division is going to beat her except for Valentina and Antonina. I mean, and maybe Sajara if she could take her to the ground. But the way Joanna looked in the rematch, I was seeing her in this fight, and I'm thinking to myself, man, nobody can beat her at 115 except for Rose. That's all I was thinking. I was looking at the way Joanna was fighting, the way she was kicking, the way she was throwing her strikes and using lateral movement and doing in and out, using her kickboxing. And Rose was able to take a lot of that away using her footwork, and she took away Joanna's jab and all that. And Rose clearly won 3 or 4 rounds, but Joanna still looked great. You know, she was just fighting someone who was better. She was fighting someone that had a particular style that could beat her. But Joanna could beat everybody else that night. She could have dominated everybody else except for Rose. And I think it's the same thing at flyweight. She could beat just about everybody else that night, and maybe in the future at 125, except for maybe Valentina and Antonina. I think Joanna, if Joanna fought Nico next, I think Joanna would beat her. I honestly, the way Joanna fought in April, I was just amazed at how she was fighting and how great and how in shape she was. But with her talking these lies, it doesn't bother me as much as other people, because I expect it from somebody of that championship type of caliber fighter to make excuses like that. Now, in Adrian Broner's case, Broner's not a great fighter. He's a B-level fighter who, you know, became a champion in 4 different weight classes by fighting weaker opposition. So with him being ignorant and talking shit and saying all this, to me, he's not even in a position to even make those type of claims or to even say that or say the ignorance that he's saying. But Broner, I mean, his fight against Vargas was a 50-50 fight. Could have gone either way. But, yeah, Broner is a B-level fighter. So he honestly shouldn't even be talking. I mean, yeah, he's probably the highest paid B-level fighter in boxing. You know, he made $1 million against Jesse Vargas. But that's about it. That's all he has is money.
Hey, Brian, I think a clean head kick from Sarge to Jedrzejczyk, you know, I think she could knock her out. I think she has
so too.
More skills, but I don't know if she can hang with a big girl like Sarge. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think Joanna would struggle.
It's upper weight class, and Joanna, she's been able to use her size at strawweight, because you know she's a big strawweight. She's not gonna have that size advantage at flyweight. The girls are gonna be much bigger and they're gonna be a lot stronger. So I'm not so sure that she could easily just go right through. Like Jessie Rose Clark, that girl's got a chin on her. I don't think, like, and she's probably a lot stronger than Joanna. Like, Joanna's gonna have to. I don't think she's gonna have the advantage at strawweight like she would at flyweight, because it is, you know, she's gonna be getting hit harder than these girls at strawweight because it's bigger girls. There's gonna be more power. So,
but I think Joanna's footwork and her hand speed can make a difference. I agree that the women are going to be stronger; they're going to hit harder. But if Joanna could take the strikes well and has her defense on point with her hand speed, I think that would make a really big difference for her.
She couldn't take them strikes well at strawweight against Rose.
Yeah, against Rose, yeah.
Yeah. But my next question.
But nobody at flyweight is as fast as Rose except for Valentina.
You can't. You can't. Fighters like Liz Carmouche, she's built like a tank, and Alexis Davis, and then also like I said, Sajar, and also a couple other fighters that dropped for the bantamweight who used to fighting bigger girls. You know, and she has to fight these girls too. And Valentina and Antonina.
Anyway, people sleeping on Sarge, man. I see her going far.
Yeah, I like. So I interviewed her, man. Cool person, and I'm about to interview her again because you know, she about to have a fight with Lauren Murphy. I'm about to get her again. But my next question, I'm gonna pose that to Benji because we've been kind of over talking him. So let me go ahead and get him in. So Benji, you know, he definitely knows Joanna probably better than all of us. So, Benji, let's do this, okay? Question 1 for you. Who do you want to see Joanna fight next in the flyweight division? We know it's flyweight. Who do you want to see her fight? And be realistic. And then second, what kind of game plan would Joanna have to do to actually win that fight by decision? Because Joanna probability not going to knock him out in the flyweight division. But what would she need to do to get a decision against who you think she needs to fight?
Well, Coach, let's see. I think she needs to fight. Ooh, I was about to say Andrade, but she already fought Andrade. I had a little bit of a timeline and history on Joanna that I wanted to bring up, but you asked me a direct question, so I'm gonna try and answer that first.
Hey man, you can bring up timeline. Hey, this your show right now. You can bring up whatever you want to.
I got the UFC rankings up right now, so we're looking for women's. Let's see, strawweight. Joanna. How about a KK rematch maybe, or is there already scheduled? Ooh, Tisha Torres.
Well, see,
Has
KK is still a strawweight, and so is Tisha. And you know, Joanna's moving up into the flyweight division.
Oh, okay. Sorry, she moving up.
Yeah.
To flyweight.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Najara Eubanks.
That's what's up. Okay, so what does Joanna Jedrzejczyk need to do strategy-wise to defeat a fighter like Sarge Eubanks?
Defend the takedown and be very careful of power shots. Najara obviously has a really strong head kick that we've seen before, and I think she's got strong hands too. So if Joanna sees her loading up, she's got to be careful. So I think and Joanna is fast, so if she can like be good with her jab and all that, then that would work. But I don't know. I think I like Najara too. I just think I was disappointed to see her miss weight a couple times, but if she can dial that in, she's real strong at that weight.
Wow. Okay, man. Hey, he gave us a perfect game plan for this. Okay. Now I'm reading in the comments. Okay. I'm reading in the comments, and I know my man PCBH 167. He just said that Joanna Jedrzejczyk probably will not go up to flyweight. Now I mean I actually heard her in the post fight. She said that she was going to go up to flyweight, but maybe she changed her mind. But also, Mr. Bennett said she needs to fight Jessica I. So let me start with you, Guitar Babe. How do you think Joanna Jedrzejczyk versus Jessica I plays out from start to finish?
I think Joanna, I mean, she's got good footwork and, she's fast. So she'll, like I said, she's going to try to defend the takedown, use her footwork to keep the distance. Because Jessica, she's good on her feet. She's pretty good on her feet as well. So she's going to have to try to, I don't think going to the ground is going to be good for Joanna, because Jessica even though it was a split decision her last fight, she looked pretty good. Like against the fighter she fought is tough, and she really held her own on the ground with her. It was really she looked good. So I mean, like I said, Joanna's gonna have to try to defend the takedown. I could see Jessica trying to take Joanna down and just try to ground and pound on her. But yeah, that's how I see it playing out. Joanna trying to keep the distance, and I think I might try to take her down.
Okay. All right. So let me ask George Page, man, because I know George finna go in, man. Okay. What will Joanna? How does that fight play out, man? And let me ask you this. Okay, what would Jessica I need to do to defeat Joanna Jedrzejczyk?
Dodge and evade her kicks, because she's gonna kick. Try to, if you get try to do what Rose did. Shoot for that left. She's blind on that left side. I mean, use your left, because that right eye was getting eat up by Rose. She was hitting with the left, and basically just be quicker to draw than her. Because her hands are fast. You gotta be faster than her. You gotta, just pay attention to how she moves. And then when you see your shot, take them. And also go for body shots. Like I said before, body blows do just as much damage than a headshot. If you can get a good kidney shot in, hit her in the ribs, in the lungs, someplace, take her breath away, make her, breathe hard, and, because Joanna got good stamina, but you take away her air and make it difficult for her, and get her a place where what, I got in the place where I want to get her, and submit her. That's the only options you have.
Wow, George Page done broke it all the way down for y'all, man. He done broke it all the way down. Okay.
You're my teacher. You're my sensei.
George broke it down right there. See.
He broke it down. All right, so General Africa, let me swing the question to you, but let me ask it like this, okay? So General Africa, what are give me like the flaws in Joanna Jedrzejczyk's game? Like what are her flaws?
That's
Because
a good question,
if
man.
she's gonna do this, if she's gonna fight a person like if they make that fight, you know, what kind of major flaws do she have?
Okay, so like that's a good question, Coach. Like people were counting. I don't know who counts the punches, you know, whatnot, the punch stats, but it's like the same thing with when she fought for the second time, the rematch against Rose Namajunas. It's like she throws a lot of punches. You can say some of them have blistering speed, but it's like a lot of them weren't missing. Like her punch accuracy. If you look at Rose Namajunas, her punch placement, her punch accuracy is just spot on, man. So going up in weight.
Hey guys, I gotta get out of here.
All right, Brian.
Yeah, it was good talking to you guys. I gotta get out of here. Sorry.
Thank you,
Brian. Take care.
Mr. Jensen.
All right, see you, Brian.
And he's going to go find Megan Anderson.
Yeah. I gotta make another Twitter account. I gotta throw. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. But I agree with what you're saying, General. Like Joanna, she throws a lot, but she was missing a lot with her hands, and Rose was landing a harder strike. So I agree with you.
Yeah, she doesn't have it, man.
But yeah, I gotta get out of here. All right.
Honey.
You guys have a good night.
See you.
Good night. God bless.
Like I was saying, she has to moving up in weight. She has to use her speed to her advantage because, like George was saying, man, you know, if Joanna were to fight somebody like Jessica, Jessica's going to be, you know, she's going to take the rough, rugged approach. Well, that means that, you know, Joanna would have to use more of her agility and stamina and speed and stuff like that. The thing is, she doesn't use her speed to her advantage. It's kind of like if I could compare her to Amir Khan, man. You know what I mean? In boxing wise, people talk about, look at his speed, always talking about his speed. Well, I mean, speed is important, but timing is more important. Placement is more important. You know, movement is more important. She has to use all those things. If she can use her speed to her advantage, she can beat somebody possibly, but she has to use it intelligently, not just throwing 100 punches and people counting punches that aren't there.
Okay, man, that's a beautiful breakdown. Okay, my man Benji, you are the Joanna Jedrzejczyk extraordinaire. Okay.
I love how I have this title now.
Yeah, you got the title, man. You know it. So here's my question. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was a Joanna fan. I can't follow anymore though.
but you know it though. So you know it well. So I want to ask you. I'm gonna ask you some of the really internal questions, man. Okay.
Just before you ask me real quick, the way I like to remember Joanna before she went all crazy was watch her interview with Karen Bryant after she beat Juliana Lima on her UFC debut. She was actually humble. She was very likable and very humble after she beat Juliana Lima with Karen Bryant. But this new Joanna, I don't like her.
Yeah. I'm the queen. Bow down. I'm the queen. You stupid. I'm the queen. I'm the queen. You know.
Right, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Coach. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Okay. All right. She's fighting a girl like Jessica. Okay, and I got to get you in on this. Okay. What would her perfect punch combination selection be? And would you suggest what kind of an inside game plan would you have for Joanna? Because you got to be able to mix it up a little bit.
Gosh, I don't know. I still don't think of Joanna as being able to compete at that weight class. I know, and I don't even think of her as a big 115-pound fighter, but I guess she wasn't she? Like she was stuffing takedowns from Andrade, just cutting lots of weight. She looked kind of skinny at weigh-ins, but I don't know, for some reason I don't think of her as like using or having a weight advantage. But I guess I'm wrong. She
had a definite weight advantage when she was a strawweight though, because you had people like Jessica Andrade. If Jessica Andrade can't push you around, and you got seasoned wrestlers like Carlos Esparza, they can't. When they take you down, you just throw them off and jump right back up. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You got an advantage, man.
Yeah, Jedrzejczyk is like lower half heavy, and I think one of the reasons why she looks so gaunt and like Smeagol at the weigh-ins is because she, that's what happens when you cut weight so fast.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things. Sorry guys, I was doing push-ups, but yeah.
See, I done told people, man. I done sat back here and I done told people, I said, man, this woman have tough weight cuts every time you turn around. And I said, she been doing this. This ain't nothing new to what's the name? Bojangles. This ain't nothing new. I mean,
Coach,
this is nothing new.
I said, Coach,
She's been doing this.
Just bring up. If she knows she has tough weight cuts, then get out of straw weight. Go to the fly. That's where she was originally a flyweight. And if she can't handle it, then tough cookies. Then quit, retire, fight someplace else. I mean, God. I mean, it's just you understand when you are a fighter, you have to make weight. You have to come in your peak condition. If you feel like you can't handle the weight cuts, then get out of competition. Go somewhere and cook some cookies or something. I don't know.
Yeah, dog. Man said make some cookies, man. Call them Nestle cookies or something, man. I don't know. Betty Crocker.
Call them Boogie Crocker.
Yeah. You gonna eat that Booger Crocker stuff.
So
okay,
who does the rest of the panel think JJ should fight? Do we have a consensus on it yet?
I mean,
I like Jessica Ai and Sarge. She can even fight Nico Montano. I mean, I don't think that she can walk through Nico. Those leg kicks are, I mean, with the head movement maybe, but I don't know.
I would like to see Joanna and Valentina fight. I just feel like that fight needs to happen just because their history.
Yeah, she's gonna get knocked out.
For sure. I mean, because Valentina, she's trained Rose for both of her fights against Joanna. So you saw what Rose did to Joanna. Imagine what Valentina is going to do to her. So
I think
she'll get knocked out probably.
Valentina,
I think, is faster than Joanna.
If she ever make her debut, it should be somebody like maybe let's test let's probably test maybe I'm trying to think of either Montana. She probably run through Rachel. Barb, I like Barb, but I think she probably give Barb a real fight.
Man, Barb is a fossil, man. Barb is a fossil, man. Her darn arms and legs about to fall off, man.
I like Barb.
Barb need to go sit her ass down somewhere and retire, man. Come on.
She impressed me doing the
How old is
season.
she?
Barb 37, man. Barb about to fall to pieces, man.
Yeah.
That's a long career, man. That's a long career Barb done had, man.
Barb. She fought Zangano. I mean, that's way back. Man,
Barb been in the game for a minute, man.
He fought Fleece Heron too, I believe.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man.
I think somebody like Murphy, Method Murphy. That'd be no competition.
Method Murphy. God. Well, y'all mean. Okay. You got my boy Ness's 12 in the comment section, man. That's my guy. He talking about every time I say Bojangles, he wants some chicken. Talking about his dinner time on the West Coast, and he said he can't even find a Bojangles. Hey, man, you better Google that. You do a Google search, man.
It's some Popeyes.
Man,
I know Brian Jensen.
Anyway.
Brian Jensen left the building, but his video. I watched his latest video. He was roasting Shannon Sin. Did y'all see that?
No,
yeah, man, I saw it. Yeah, Shannon Sin. That's who just fought Sabina Mazo.
How about you can channel see it?
And shout out to Sabina Mazo. She's gonna be here. Well, I'm doing a regular interview with her I'm doing a regular interview through Skype, but eventually, man, I'm gonna have the interview set up, man, to where I can just link them right into Google Hangouts, and then we can just do them live. Because some of my live streams with the fighters, they're not as good. So I'm setting it up like Ticket TV got his.
She'll be a champion one day.
Yeah.
Mazo, with her focus, man, she's gonna be legit, man.
Yeah, I think Mazo though. I think she probably need a few more fights though.
Yeah.
Because I saw her, and I think she needs to get a little bit more explosive. I think her speed definitely needs to pick up, and her movement. And I think those are things that she can develop and get better at. Especially explosion. I would have Mazo doing a lot of hang cleans because I know fighters don't like to lift. Hang cleans, that's the one exercise that you can do that don't make you grow. It don't make you grow in size. It just makes you very explosive. And if I was in there with Mazo, I would have Mazo doing a ton of hang cleans, man.
Yep.
Box jumps and hang cleans.
What's the difference between hang clean and a regular clean?
From a hanging position, yeah, it's a quick jerking motion, and you have a lot more. The gravity actually weighs your arms down, so you have to do a little bit more. See, when you go from the hang clean from the floor, you're using more of your legs to actually move the weight versus using gravity. And so then, see, when you go from a hang, you can just drop your legs up under it, get low, and then squat back up. So it's different benefits to both,
Coach, we always did those. When I played college ball, we do this hang clean snatches. We do a lot of that.
Yeah, and clean and jerk. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You know all about that. Shot put and all that. You know all about that, Coach.
Yeah, man. That's what we do, man.
Yep.
That's what we do. Man, okay. And guys, we're gonna we'll start on the last few questions, man. It's been a great panel tonight, man. It's been an awesome panel. Okay.
Thank you.
We want to go back to Marion Reneau. Okay. Now, Marion Reneau got a few trolls in her comment section, in her Instagram. And this one troll. Now we're gonna say what he said. The guy looks like somebody. This guy nose so big, he got boogers probably the size of bowling balls, man. I'm like, what the heck wrong with this guy nose?
Yeah.
But he comes in and he makes fun of Marion Reneau. So he says that Marion Reneau is gonna get KO'd by Cat Zingano because Marion Reneau. Let me finish reading the whole comment because boy, I had to bring this up. Got to get y'all opinion. Okay, hold on. And this troll's name is hold on, let me pull him up. Oh, wait a minute. Where did he leave his comment? Did he delete his comment? Are you serious?
Oh, did the coward delete it?
Wait a minute. He's a troll. He was a troll. Oh, I call him a loser though. I actually did call him a loser. You're a loser. A loser.
Yeah.
Got a lot of losers in Trollville, but let me see what he said, man.
Are the trolls getting less frequent, or are we still getting them?
Oh yeah, I get a whole bunch of them. You just don't see the comments. You just don't see them because they be cussing. Well, my comments not coming up. My comments. I left 5 comments. I bet you did.
It probably took an hour to write it.
Yeah, man. Took these guys. It'd be a lot of them. They be trolling like crazy, man. I'm like, yo, bro, you ain't finna troll. You out your mind, and you ain't trolling this channel. You can forget it.
Coach
your
haters,
comments.
Haters need to hate.
Oh, okay. Here go the comments. Okay, now this troll says, glad you took this fight, Marion, but Cat Zingano is gonna murk you because you're not that great anyway. All right, what would your response be to that troll? Guitar baby.
Get him.
I don't know. I'd probably curse him out and probably would want to punch him in the face, to be honest with you. Like, I really would. I'd probably punch him in the face, and obviously he's not watched her, he's never seen her fights. He doesn't really know how good she is, and he's just basically just saying that to get a reaction out of people. Yeah, I really don't even know what to say about it. Like, that's just a straight up troll right there, just trying to get a reaction. But I don't know. That'd make me want to just smack him across the face.
Yeah, he got a face on his mama, because he looked like somebody just took a piss on his face and somebody, pissed on his face and just wore him out, man. This guy looked like somebody who had it, don't want it, and trying to get rid of it. That's how he looked. Okay, George Page, your response to that comment by this troll that said Marion is going to get murked, knocked out, and she's not that good anyway because she's too old, George Page.
I would say, come here, boy. Come here, boy. what do you know about fighting? You don't know anything.
I'm
What
not
your mom and daddy, brother, sister? Are you retarded? Have you been drinking?
I'm gonna try to get a photograph. I'm gonna get a photograph of this troll, and I'm gonna put him up on the screen.
Yeah.
And you guys can, have your shots at him. I mean, I'm sorry, did I say that? I mean, you guys can, Okay.
People, you know what to do. That's all you gotta say, Coach. You know what to do.
Yeah, we finna smoke him out. Okay, good, General Africa. What do you think about the comments made by this particular troll?
Man, well, if I'm feeling, if I'm in a bad mood, I'm gonna go all out on him. I can't even say what I'd say, but if I want to just really get in his head, I'm gonna tell him, well, you're not that good at life. That's why you're on my page trolling, and leave it at that. And like, here's the attention you wanted, and then that will leave him squirming and in his seat, and that'll be the end of him.
All right.
If I'm feeling nice.
Okay, my main man, Benji. What do you think about this particular troll that is trying to troll Marion Reneau? Your thoughts on the comments by this gentleman, this guy?
Well, I want to know if Marion's so old, then what are the ages of the best fighters in that division? I mean, Holly Holm is 36, 37 almost. So, I mean, we're talking about 3-year difference. Don't seem that big to me. And they just want the outrage is what they want. That's why they're troll. That's why they're trolls. Yeah. So just don't give them food.
Don't beat the troll, except sometimes.
Don't kill them.
Well, if you can find out what they love,
if you can get in their head, you'll shut them down too, though.
If you can find out what they love and dump on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, this is the guy that tried to troll Marion Reneau. This guy's up on the screen. Okay, this is the guy.
Oh my God.
Okay, this guy right here. Okay, this popcorn pop tart fart. This fruity fecal matter fruitcake. Okay, he's the guy that he trying to troll. Now he's sitting here saying, "Love God." He calls himself a Christian, but he's trolling Marion Reneau. How is this guy gonna explain this one? How's he gonna explain this?
Yeah, and it's funny. He's talking about like the most difficult days, and that's what the thing with these trolls. That's why they come. That's why 99% of the time I ignore them, because they're not happy with themselves, so then they come on somebody else's page trying to make them feel bad. It's like but sometimes, hey, it's karma. You came to the lion's den, you finna get bit.
Like somebody already bit him, man. This guy looked really upset and angry. Man.
He looks like he might have.
He's gonna take a poop, and that time, like he's gonna take use the bathroom. The top right photo. He's like constipated or something.
We are roasting this guy. God, dog.
His head like a fist, man.
You can't troll and be safe on this channel. I'm just trying to tell you guys, you can't troll. Then you definitely ain't finna troll one of my favorite fighters. Now you getting that work for that. Okay, and trolls, y'all don't have no power here. It's like your comments don't get read, guys. It's fun sometimes, but come on, trolling Marion, stop. Okay, even to the point, man. Because Marion is a pillar. Now you go troll Megan Anderson. Okay, cool.
This man looks like a product of breeding. I don't know what.
I don't get the old comments. I mean, Sarah McMahon's 37.
Yeah.
Cat's like about
Roxanne
38.
Modafferi 36. Bob Honchak 37. Okay, Liz Carmouche is 33. I mean, okay, what's going on here?
Most of the women that in there now are in their 30s. You got a handful of 20-somethings over, but most of them are in their 30s. A woman still is still in prime until her 30s. She'll really start weighing down to about 40 or 50.
Yeah, true that. Okay, guys. So we're gonna get this panel cranking. The last question on the panel, guys, and then we're gonna wrap it up, call it a night. Okay. Antonina Shevchenko's last fight. Me and TC Johnson, we talked about this for a little bit. How did you guys? Well, if you viewed the fight, wait a minute. Let me just ask this: Who all viewed the fight? Who all saw Antonina Shevchenko versus Claire Baxter?
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Sorry, Coach. I didn't see that. I didn't see that one either. I can't.
I wanna jump in. This is Benji. I want to jump in and say I've actually never once seen Antonina fight. So please,
there you go.
Please.
Full transparency, Benji. Good job.
Tell me.
That's the way to go. Shoot. Hey,
tell me what fight.
Because Muay Thai don't get as much attention as the like MMA stuff. And most of the time you don't get to see it like if I'm on YouTube or something like that, or you suggest it to it, and I'll find it on YouTube, something like that.
Is there any particular fight I should watch?
I wanted to watch it, but I didn't get to because I had to work last night. But I have seen Antonina fight, like when I get on the web and look for her fights and stuff.
One thing I like about Coach, he doesn't make you feel bad for not seeing. This is a fan channel. He doesn't make us feel bad for seeing everything.
Real quick, a while back.
No.
I was watching a fight on YouTube. It was a woman named Natalie King versus someone named Shamir Bashad on the Flow Combat. The fight was kind of sloppy, but it looked all right. But both the ladies were, they just need more work. That's all it is. And that's when I find with this fight, I'll find another fight. Now, I think I've seen some fights of Antonina, but not that one with Baxter.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, I saw the fight. Yeah, I watched the fight. It was on a Flow Combat, and Flow Combat is actually pretty cheap. I purchased it. I think TC Johnson bought it, and me and him both watched the fight. And you know what, Antonina, this girl was big, man. And I talked to Roger. I said, Roger, Antonina looked very, she looked exhausted. And Roger's like, well, that girl weighed about 160 pounds, and I'm like, whoa. 160 pounds, she came in at 160 pounds on fight. Like she hydrated back up to that. Whoa. This fight is contracted at bantamweight. And see, that explains a whole lot because, Antonina normally will press forward, but man, this girl was big and she was strong. And, she stayed in Antonina grill. Antonina had to take her down. And this Muay Thai, Antonina was tripping this girl a lot, throwing her to the ground so she can actually get some space to work. And the girl was smothering Antonina's offense, doing a good job of that. So Antonina started separating, and Antonina had to actually box this girl. And toward the third round is when Antonina started to actually find a rhythm. The first two rounds, though, this girl was she was doing a good job of smothering Antonina, and Antonina couldn't get off. Antonina threw some little short elbows here and there, but it was no effect. Like Antonina hit this girl. This girl looked at Antonina, smiled, kept walking forward. Oh. And it's like when you get somebody like that, it's a long night. Let me try to pull up a photograph of who I'm talking about. So, okay, let me ask the question. You guys talk while I get the photograph going. Y'all just, have whoever want to start. What do y'all think about Antonina's chances? Okay, we know she's not going to bantamweight. That's been confirmed. She's going to the flyweight division. But who is she going to beat? And be honest, be real.
I think a good competitor for her is probably someone like maybe Jessica Eye or Alexis Davis. I mean, she ain't gonna fight Valentina. We know that, as you said, maybe one of those. And if JJ, Miss Bojangles finally come, I think that'd be a good fight because you gotta think about it. She already fought one sister. There's a chance for her to fight another.
Yeah. Here, let me pull up the rankings right quick. She's flyweight. She should go in and get a few. I don't want to call it warm-up fights, but she should kind of because it's gonna. Okay, quick question: what weight was this last fight at that she had?
Bantamweight, 135.
Bantamweight. So and she had looks like her stamina was a little bit not where she wanted it to be, but then again, she was going against a bigger opponent. I think that she should fight somebody that she can maybe have some advantages when it comes to movement. I don't know, she could use her height and reach to her advantage, maybe like a Rachel Ostovich, somebody like that, just somebody that she can, just somebody like that where she can just just kind of ease her into the division, but it still be a tough fight,
Or how about cakewalk like a Beck Rob?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm still a little bit confused. Is she planning on fighting at flyweight when she actually gets a UFC contract, or is she just fighting at flyweight for the number or the on Dana White's Contender Series, and then when she actually gets into the UFC, does she plan on fighting at bantamweight?
Roger told me, he said she fighting at bantam. I mean, she fighting at flyweight. Like that's her weight class. That's what he said. You know, he said that, yo, that's what's up.
Isn't she bigger than Val?
Yeah, she is. You know, she's a bigger fighter. She's bigger than Valentina, you know, straight up.
How would that fight play out if they did fight each other? Because what if Valentina wins the flyweight belt, and then Antonina becomes the #1 contender? Like,
see, Antonina and Roger already said they're not gonna fight. See, he said they ain't fighting, man. He just that's what he said, you know.
The only thing Dana White, he might try to create an interim title because in the men's division it's like about 2 or 3 interim titles. He might create one for Antonina. I mean, that's a possibility.
Hey, you put her in there with Paige VanZant, man. To whoop on that. hey, you know UFC. Hey, look, man. You know how I see it. You know, Antonina, you know, she's easy on the eyes. You know, Paige VanZant has her stuff, man. Hey, put her in there, man. Whoop up on that girl, man. You know what I'm saying?
Popcorn Paige. Oh no.
Yeah.
She'd be like, cake, you know, eat the cake.
At first, when I thought
this fight Valentina, no way she's gonna fight her sister.
No, she might get killed.
But I'm gonna show y'all something. Let me see. Hold on. Who is emailing me? Jimmy J Smooth, live and direct in full effect. All right, let me show you guys the photograph because this photograph, guys, this photograph would give a lot of people ideas, you know, because this girl's big, man. And see, I was like, man, Antonina look like she out of shape, like she breathing heavy. But when somebody outweighing you by 20 pounds, they laying on you. That's a lot of work, man, because you gotta get in the clinch with them, man, and they wearing you out in the clinch because they putting their weight on you, and you gotta move their weight plus your weight, you know, and it's pretty, it's you know, it's bad, man. It was a bad thing, and I think some opponents in the future, what they're gonna try to do with Antonina, they're gonna try to hydrate. They're gonna try to hydrate and be heavier than her, and they're gonna try to bum rush her, man, and because Claire Baxter she was effective with it. Claire Baxter didn't have the skill set to actually capitalize on what she was doing, because while she was doing that, Antonina actually started giving her a lot of counter shots. And the counter shots, they were buzzing Claire, but Claire was just like, you know, these shots don't hurt. You know, she kept coming forward. And so then Antonina's thing with that is, okay, well, let me just leg trip her. Antonina did about 12 leg trips in that fight, y'all. But I want y'all to look at how big this girl is. And this girl, she came in at 160 pounds, and Antonina had to fight this girl. I'm talking about literally they were fighting. It was crazy, man. But let me put the photograph up. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Kind of look at the size differential, man. Crazy.
Her leg goes all the way up to like her midsection.
I don't even know if Antonina. I don't even know if they knew that this girl was really this big. I don't even know. They couldn't. I don't know, man.
Oh my goodness. And she's wow.
Claire Baxter, though, when I did my research on her, I'm like, wait, you know, this might be a tough fight because you know, Claire Baxter been fighting for 6 years, but she rough, man, and the people she beat, she mauled them to death, man. She get in their face and she just throw a barrage of offense at them, and you know, she overwhelm them and she shut them down. She tried to do that with that, but see, that also tells you though that the skill set that Antonina can handle a big fighter. But I do think, though, after seeing this, I do think that JoJo Bars has a huge size advantage. And I think, you know, like if they ever fought, I think JoJo would hydrate, try to come back in at 160 plus pounds, and she would overwhelm Antonina. That's what I think would happen. And I think I can see JoJo defeating Antonina Shevchenko.
JoJo's tall, right? She's real.
Yeah, JoJo about.
Oh my goodness. She's
JoJo
taller
about
than
5'11".
Cyborg.
Yeah. JoJo Bars she's pretty tall. Oh, my man Pasha Blaine in the building, man. LDBC. Okay, good. I had to give him a, you know, George Page says Paige needs a boob job and she needs to become a ring girl. Hot diggity dog.
Yes.
Yeah. But TC, let me address TC. Yeah, man. She 15-12, but man, you know, she 15 and 12 with like little experience. You know, 6 years in martial arts, that's not a long time. That's just like 6 days, you know. That's not a long time. And you throw her, you know, into being a pro and you know the way she mauling people, like she uses see, she got size but no skill. And she was able to do that to one of the best strikers in the world in Antonina. You know, what would happen if this girl actually had skill set? You know, I'm just saying she uses her size and she's in mostly all the fights. She's in the fight. She's right there, you know, and she's not getting knocked out a bunch of times. Like this girl is right there in the fight. And but she reminds me of a street fighter. That's what she reminds me of somebody in the street. They don't have no technique, but they just grab and they grab whatever they can. Okay. They grab whatever they can and they try to get you, you know, and that's what she was doing to Antonina. She wasn't even trying to use any technique on Antonina. She was just trying to grab Antonina and just get a hold of Antonina so she can stop moving so she can hit her. But if this girl knew what she was doing, she would definitely be scary. Okay. I believe it. You know, this girl would do good, but she just don't have no skill set, man. She not that good skill wise. That's why Antonina was able to take a step back and start boxing this girl. And then Antonina started hitting her with them 1 and 2 piece combinations. She couldn't deal with that. Yeah. TC, I believe it. I don't think it. You know what, TC? She stunned her a few times though with the elbow. She stunned her a few times with the elbow. That elbow hurt because you know, she kind of bagged up a little bit. She shook it off and came back in. And then Antonina hit her in the second round with a hard 2 piece. She started with the right and then hit her with a flush left, and that stopped her for a minute. But then she shook that off, came right back. That girl got she got that water buffalo head. That thing can take a beating, boy. She can take a darn beating with
She
that
had a
head.
future. She had a future with a head like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But you know, that's my opinion. I think JoJo Bars would come in and be very heavy to try to get an advantage. See, if I'm Antonina's camp, if I'm Antonina, I would make a weight limit on JoJo Bars if I had to fight her. I would make it so that JoJo, if the fight limit is at, you know, say 140 pounds, I would make it so JoJo couldn't come in except she can only come in at 150 pounds.
Yeah.
Because if she come in at 160, 165, I'm telling you, JoJo gonna use her weight, and then see JoJo got the skill set, and JoJo know how to use that weight, and she know how to strike effectively. So it'll be a different turnout.
Hey, coach.
Yeah, you got to put a rehydration clause on JoJo.
Yeah,
Go
it's
ahead.
too big. Go ahead, Benj.
Oh,
When
I
JoJo-
don't want to interrupt what you're talking about right now. But before we sign off, I want to mention Aspen Ladd.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You want to do it now, or do you want to finish this
Man,
up?
do it now.
All right. I just want to say
Oh,
I'm bummed out that we didn't get to see Aspen Ladd fight Leslie Smith. Like, I don't want to get into Leslie Smith controversy. I just want to mention that I'm an Aspen Ladd fan, and she's in the UFC now, and we've only seen one fight with her, and that was Lena Landsberg. And she won by TKO. And if you look up her record on Invicta, which is like where I became a fan of hers, I mean, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins in a row. She lost to Cynthia Calvillo, and then she has 2 more wins before that as an amateur. So, like, I mean, she's a really good fighter, and I want to see her face some UFC competition.
Well, why did they like? What should have did was when the fight got canceled, and instead of giving Marion the crappy fight with Kat, maybe should have had the fight with Aspen. That probably been more interesting fight. Like, welcome to the UFC, like, you know, for her, because you know, if she's on her period, which I believe,
I don't know about that because see, her beating Aspen Ladd, Marion, that's not going to do anything to her rankings. I mean, she beat a top 5 opponent, and that literally almost did nothing to the rankings. Matter of fact, they elevated Kat Zingano. Okay, they elevated Kat. Okay, they dropped Sarah McMahon down 1 spot. So what do you think gonna happen? You remember when she fought Bernardo, when Marion Reneau fought Toledo Bernardo, they moved her down in the rankings after she fought Bernardo. Like the most ridiculous thing I ever seen. And then, you know, you had people moving up in the rankings when Marion lost. So now if she fight Aspen Ladd going in, it's not gonna do anything. And it's not gonna help her get close to a title shot.
Or maybe somebody like Sarah Morris, or I don't know, whoever they got available on the bantamweight roster out of the top 15, the bottom 15 maybe. But it seemed like, you know, It's just it's not like I said with the situation with her. We know she has, she's going through the change of life. I hate to say that, that's what it is, and she wasn't physically ready, and that's the one thing that holds up, that really hurts women fighters. Women do have, no offense to our baby, y'all do have y'all periods, and sometimes y'all can time them right, and sometimes they might come, you get that knock, and they come and then that's one thing that can hurt the opportunities. And like Leslie, man, she probably didn't want to fight a woman who's on her period, and I think that's much respect to her as a woman to another woman. And I think UFC should have understood that. It should have, like you said before, one time, Coach, you said that they should have a fighter on the side just in case if another fighter can't be able to make it. If she couldn't be able to make it medically, and the doctor said, well, I don't want to put her into a fight, especially if she's going through her change of life, it's not good for her. It's not healthy.
Well, a lot of women, there's a lot of women that have been on their period, but they still have made weight. So I don't know. I mean, everybody's body's different, but it's just the thing that's bothering me is that she still had some time to cut the weight off, and she didn't want to do it. So
she wants to. But yeah, sometimes it can be like that. It's all depending on the woman.
Yeah.
She might maybe a part of her say, yeah, she probably wanted to fight just to fight, but then she didn't want to cut the weight. And so that's you losing a piece of your money. So, like any other fighter, I remember the time I watched when Sajar had to fight, and she was doing all her best to try to cut away because she didn't want, to lose opportunities to fight. And but if you feel like you're physically not able to, you should about just say, you know what? I'm not gonna make it, so I might would just go ahead and just sit aside. And okay, you can take your money and go to the show. And if you say, well, if I was Leslie Smith's management, so I say, well, that doesn't count. She didn't really fight.
Yeah.
We still have contracts still good. That's but it's just a loophole they put in. That's all it was.
Okay.
Man, I thought Aspen Ladd, if she'd have fought Leslie Smith, I thought she was gonna get beat up.
Leslie's pretty tough. She's beaten from side.
Yeah, Leslie can fight. Leslie can fight. Don't let that record fool you, man. She was gonna get in there, and she was gonna body up Aspen Ladd. Aspen was about to get bodied up, and she was about to get hurt because Leslie has a weird style. She's got a very weird style, and what she does is she's not very fast, but Leslie is actually really good at making the octagon very small. And then Leslie uses a lot of feints. She uses a lot of good feints, and she can cut off the angles that Aspen Ladd would try to escape from, and then Leslie would start pumping a jab. She real rough, and then when Leslie gets in on the clinch, she begins to muscle a lot of these girls around. She get them in the clinch, and then she just started beating on them. What she did to Amanda Lemos. She kept putting Amanda Lemos in that clinch, and she kept just beating her down, and Lemos couldn't do anything. Leslie Smith was finna get in there. This was finna be a wreck. Okay, Aspen Ladd is good, but Leslie Smith was actually about to get in there and do some damage because Leslie kind of didn't really like her too much anyway. But like stylistic wise, for Aspen Ladd, a tough person like Leslie is a bad matchup, and I think that she would lose that matchup every time.
Probably still want to see that rematch between her and Jessica Eye. That when her ear got blown, that seemed like that was unfair. I want to see that rematch. I think that before Jessica dropped down to Bantam, I think they should have had a rematch. I mean,
man, Aspen Ladd couldn't even make the bantamweight, man. She ain't gonna make flyweight. She ain't dropping down to no flyweight, man. Oh, girl ain't doing that.
I know this is off topic, but speaking of Jessica Eye, this happened. This was back when she beat, and when she, I guess, her flyweight debut.
Yeah.
In the UFC, I don't know where I read it somewhere, but she said she's faced better competition than Valentina Shevchenko. Like, I want to know who these fighters are.
Who said that?
Who said that?
Jessica Eye.
Jessica Eye talking about this. She's funny.
That was after she beat I don't know, what's her name? The woman she beat
Who's that?
recently.
Oh yeah, she beat She fought something else.
Was that in
something about that she's faced.
Remember she had a fight where she didn't drop it. You're supposed to fight Paige Van Zandt, but Paige, she turned the case to the limbo tail, like my old man Jim Ross used to say. And then the other fight she was to had, I think before she dropped down to fly, and that girl dropped out for some reason or another.
Let me go ahead and hook up Jessica. I'm gonna hook her up right now. You know, let's really hook up Jessica. See, Jessica beat Kalinda Faria. Who the hell is that?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I haven't
Hey,
heard.
you better be worried
She
about.
better
She better be worried about Jessica Rose Clark. That's who she better be worried about in June. She better be worried about that fight.
Yeah, I think Jessica Rose Clark. I've seen.
I think
how
Jessica
she
Rose
just
Clark
tagged-
gonna beat him.
I think
She ain't faced no better competition. Let's look. Let's really look. Okay, so she faced better competition than Valentina. See, I love going into debunk mode. Okay. So
Okay.
when you look at Karina Dam. You look at Karina Dam. Okay. You fought Karina Dam at the end of her career. Karina Dam is not a better striker than Valentina Shevchenko. You know, you fought Angela Magana. What? Angela Magana? Really?
Okay.
Okay.
Predator?
You beat Angela Magana. Yeah. You had a no decision against Sarah Kaufman. Okay. And I don't know what happened there. Something happened with her. Okay. You lost to Alexis Davis. What? Alexis Davis is a high level person. Okay. Now she beat.
They had to stop the fight with Leslie Smith because the ear, they didn't go all the way.
Yeah, man. Leslie Smith could have won that fight, man. She could have won it.
Yeah.
And then, beat Leslie Smith, lost to Tate, lost to Pena, lost to McMahon, lost to Betchko Hill. Are you sick? Shut up, Jessica. Shut up. Shut up, Jessica. You barely beat Kalinda Faria. I saw you barely beat her. Barely beat her. The fight could have went. Shut up, Jessica. Jessica ain't got a pot to piss in. You know what? Jessica been snorting lines of Oscar De La Hoya cocaine, man. That's what she been doing. Jessica been snorting this stuff. Jessica on drugs. Jessica high.
Using the same utensils.
Yeah, man. Jessica using kitchen utensils. Man, she's stupid.
I know, it's fighter's mentality, and I know she's supposed to say, I'm gonna be the flyweight champion. Mark my words. So,
she
I
might be,
that she's, but I don't know.
She might be on the flyweight champion if she goes to Bellator, maybe, but I doubt it. No maybe like something like Flow Combat or LFA, but not Bellator, UFC, or someplace really serious.
Jessica I seems real talkative. If you could get her on an interview, that'd be awesome.
I get on that. I get on the interview. I ask us. See, I'm gonna tell you though, when people ask these crazy fighters, these interviewers, they get on my nerves because see, they don't ask them the questions that you want to. Man, you know what? If I was interviewing Jessica, I'm like Jessica. I'll be like Jessica. Where you get that BS from? Are you serious? And I would sit and challenge her on her resume. I would do that. But these people that they like the fighters and they try to kiss up to them, they ain't gonna say that. They won't say anything that will challenge these fighters. They just won't do it. I mean, I'll say it. I'll say it in a minute.
That's the thing. Like, I ain't gonna get into that. When these when you question these fighters like that, they actually respect you more, man. It's funny. Like these guys want to suck up to these fighters. Like, stop sucking up. Just be real.
Soft touches.
Yeah, man.
I see Rachel Ostovich, number 15 ranked. She might be a good interview too. I don't know. She doesn't get a lot of coverage.
Well, I'm gonna tell you though about how some of these interviews work. I reach out to them, their managers, man, and some of their managers, man, they ain't down with it, man. If they really don't know who you are, they ain't down. Yeah. I'm like, yo, man, well, I'm with LDBCsports.com. And I want to interview you. And some of them, to be honest, when they see that it's a primarily black publication, they say no. I'm just being real. I done had a lot of people, say no. And, sometimes too, me being biased and some of my personal stances too, it's probably is a factor as well, But, for the most part, the people that I actually reach out to interview, ain't nobody talking about them, okay? These are people, you've seen them in a few fights here and there, but ain't nobody talking about them. I had the manager, and it was Jesse Rose Clark manager. He told me, he said, yeah, well, Jesse was like, yeah, I'd be glad to talk to you, but you got to talk to my manager first, which I understand that, and talk to a manager. He said, nope, we're going to decline right now. And I said, oh, sorry, I don't have enough followers. I said, I'm sorry. And, the guy got pissed off at it, but, it's the truth, man. Don't single me out. And I'm trying to cover Jesse Rose Clark, and, she's not really getting that much coverage, So, it's stupid. That's why managers like Roger, they're really, really, really hard to come by because he's gonna do whatever he got to do to get Valentina a lot of coverage. You know, like he's gonna Roger will talk to anybody that he think is safe for his fighter. He
Well,
don't
you know what I
care.
don't get? You know,
He don't
I
really
hate to
care how
jump
small.
in.
Oh,
What
go
I
ahead.
don't get is if you have a fighter whose manager is saying that you don't have enough followers.
See, he didn't say it. He didn't come out and say it. I told that to him because when he said
Okay.
decline, and I said some other stuff. I said decline. What you mean decline? I said, what? Do he got like 1 million people trying to interview her? He said, well, not really. I said, yeah, I could. No.
What I'm trying to say, let me get to my point real quick. It's a quick point. I'm just
Go ahead.
the fighters that you should reach out to are the ones who are lower ranked, who don't have as many fans.
Yeah.
And they should be looking for smaller channels because that's how you grow. You know what I mean?
It's like this.
We have a small, tight-knit community, and if there's a fighter who goes and does an interview with you like Marion did, well, I'm a fan for life of Marion now. You know what I mean?
And I'm gonna tell you, man, what Marion been doing, man. I'm gonna tell you this. You know, Marion 2 years ago, her followers on Instagram, she only had about maybe 3,000 or 4,000, man. You know, Marion got like what 15,000 followers now, man. And I'm talking about, man, the majority of those followers came at the end of 2017 and at the end of 2018 because Marion has been doing a lot of she's been doing interviews, man. She's been doing interviews. Marion been doing meet and greet. That's what she's been doing, man.
These grassroots. If you do these grassroots interviews, you start from the bottom, you work your way up. You get the fans, it's like.
And with this too, man, what I'm saying is, they don't really care. They just want to get their name out there. Like Marion has done a lot of interviews, or the small ones. She's done some big ones. She does a lot of meet and greets, and Marion has increased a lot of stuff that she's doing. And her Twitter following, her Instagram following, that stuff done increase. And I guarantee you, by the end of 2018, Marion probably gonna be darn near at 100,000 followers, man, if she keep going, because it's growing every day, man. Her following is growing, man. She gets like 300, 400, 500 followers a day, and it's because and she ain't taking her clothes off. She ain't shaking her booty. Marion just doing it. She doing it the right way. She doing it how you supposed to do it. She ain't doing that stuff. She ain't taking no clothes off, man. And that's what's real.
She's not like Felice Herring, who's on there. She should be not Victoria's Secrets. Maybe she probably get a contract with Frederick Hollywoods. She's not like bitch and shaking off her tail, but she's a real what you call a lady. It's like if you see her, she'll talk to you just as as a friend. She makes you feel comfortable. Like when I first actually got to see her, and is when it was on your page, Coach, and I just generally like her. I've seen some of her fights, but then when she comes on and do the interviews and stuff like that, I generally like her. I do.
Yeah, she got a good personality, easy to talk to, man. And she's not stuck up, man. She'll talk to you if you're not talking no BS, man. Marion will talk to you. She will give probably any channel a chance. She probably will, man. Because I had reached out to her for about 5 or 6 months, man. And to come to find out, Marion wasn't getting the messages. She didn't know why she couldn't get the messages. And then finally, I found her email, and I just started emailing her. And finally, she responded back. And then and then after that, man, it's just more or less like we just been interviewing. But you wouldn't believe. But I told Jesse Rose Clark not an issue. She was like cool with it, But it's just the manager sometimes. And y'all say, hey man, can you interview this person? I reach out to him. When somebody asks me, Coach, could you interview this person? I'm like, sure. Then I reach out to them. The fighters, they be cool, man. Most of the fighters are mad cool. The only person that I had the biggest issue with was Roxanne Modafferi. And Modafferi, man, she got mad, but I don't really care. She said, well, I don't do what she told me. She said, I really don't do YouTube interviews. I said, well, it don't seem like you do any interviews, Roxanne, because ain't nobody really interviewing you right now.
Smiley warrior. I mean, God,
yeah.
I mean, she have a better attitude.
It's not that she had an attitude. She really is. She's who she is, man. And she just said, well, I don't do YouTube interviews like that anymore. I'm like, what you mean anymore? I said, ain't nobody really knocking. And I asked her, I said, hey, Roxanne, I said, has anybody interviewed you in the last 2 months? She said, no. I said, what about 6? She said, no. I said, what about in the last few years? She said, probably about 1 or 2 interviews. And really? I said, well, that means that nobody is checking for you. I said, so, gosh, Roxanne, But some of these fighters, man, they don't. I don't know, man. They don't have common sense like that, man.
They don't.
Like this,
I wonder why some of them even have managers in the first place.
Yeah, man.
this is a
Like,
tough.
what do you have a manager for? Go ahead, George.
This is a tough finale. This is a tough finale. You haven't heard anything from about Roxanne. I mean, nothing. She has not done. I don't think maybe a couple of post-fight interviews, but can't have nothing. She's not even. I don't think she's have even a fight schedule. I mean, what? I mean, if anything,
don't care, man. She one of them people, man. She really don't care about stuff like she just don't. And I figured that out, man. She don't care. But now you got now some of the other tough fighters, they mad cool, man. Like shoot, man, like Christina Marks was cool. I mean, she was like, here, call me anytime. You want to talk about a fight? You want me to call? She said, man, talk to me anytime. Sarge Eubanks was mad cool. She said, Coach, anytime. She said, anytime you want to interview, she said, hit me up. I will interview with you. Like,
Coach, you talk to Deanna Bennett.
I mean, I hadn't reached out to her, but I could because I talked to Karina Rodriguez, and she gave me an interview. I don't see why Deanna wouldn't.
What about Randa Marcos? A lot of people on the channel like her. I
done tried, man. It's just getting in touch with her manager and her. They really hard, man. Like they hard to Randa is really hard to get in touch with, and it's crazy because I just saw her in Charlotte, and she got injured here in Charlotte, man. I was at the bout, and I started talking to her, and I talked to her for about 5 minutes, and I said, I've been trying to interview you for about 6 months. She said, nobody told me about an interview from you, and so we were just talking. And she said, "Well, Coach, I gotta go because she was injured." She said, and I was shocked that she even gave me 5 minutes because Randa was in a lot of pain when she fought here at UFC Charlotte. She was in a lot of pain, and she still talked to me on the way back. And I'm like, "Yo, I've been trying to interview you for 6 months," and she said, "Well, okay, my manager's here somewhere," and she said, "Go find him and we'll set it up." And she was cool about it, but never could find her manager. Never found her. And I was trying to give her my information and get hers, but she was in so much pain, man. She was trying to get up out of there.
Just let's see if you can, you pretty much know about the same fighters. Maybe you can reach out to them, do them, and maybe, she could probably try to. She seems like she's a decent fighter. She seems like she's a good person, and she's really, she's probably your no love list or anything. Anybody on your no love list should be doing this because the fact is, it gets them out there because you start off the grassroots level. And then people say, "Wow, she's really cool. She's really approachable." If she has enough time to talk to you, even though she's hurting like hell, she's really, acceptable to the idea of a conversation.
Yeah, she down to earth too, and hopefully, me and Caitlin Chikugian about to link up and get we finna talk because she actually got hurt too. Caitlin, I said, "Yo, Caitlin," and she turned around. I said, "Yo, Caitlin, I've been trying to interview you." And she said, "Really, man?" I said, yeah, I've been trying to interview you. And she said, now she gave me her information. So I got Caitlin's, I got to link up with her and I got to find some time, man, where we can actually both talk. But, she was pretty cool. She was like, "Yep." She said, "Yeah, I interview with you." But fighters like that, man, they love talking about what they do, man. But, some fighters, man, I don't even want to. I just stopped asking them. I'm like, man, I ain't asking them no more. They stupid.
Yeah. What if Jedrzejczyk says she want to do an interview, Coach?
Oh man, I rip her apart. Oh heck yeah, I interview her in a minute. I sure would. But I'd be asking her the tough questions. See, I'm not going. If I interview somebody like her or Megan, I'm not gonna sat back and say, "Hey, how are you today?" I'm gonna say, "Hey, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Let's talk about some of this BS you've been talking about." That's how I'm gonna come in.
Start off first with a silk glove and hit them with an iron fist.
Yeah, man, I'll be right on their butt. I'll be on their neck. Because these people that's interviewing them, they're not asking them these tough questions. They're not asking them, like, "Megan, why did you lie? Okay, how did you get out of fighting Cyborg? I mean, what is this personal reason that you don't want us to know about?" And then now you cleared the fight. Why you not fighting Cyborg? But you talked all this junk. See, I would be on Megan. Megan would probably have to hang up the phone.
I still like that rivalry between Claudia and JJ.
She's a coward.
Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, it is what it is, y'all. Okay, guys, any closing final thoughts that you guys have? We'll start with the lady of the panel, Miss Guitar Babe.
Like I said before, I don't like how the UFC is with their mistreatment of Marion Reneau. You know, she's won how many fights in a row now, and she should be fighting Keatlin Veria for a title eliminator. And you know, it's disgusting. You know, like I think General Africa said, you know, she's working so hard. She's definitely she's earned herself a spot to fight a title eliminator. You know, so I mean, I don't know why the UFC is doing this. I mean, it's just, I guess it's just how they want to do business, but I don't think it's right. And they really should be disgusted with themselves because she's genuinely a good person. And I think Marion is pretty. I think she's a beautiful woman. Like,
Yeah, she is.
I think she's beautiful. So,
Dream about her.
Okay, George Page, final thoughts, man. We finna get off the stream.
Okay, I feel that the UFC should take more chances with their women. The women fights,
Yes.
it may not be like battles and a lot of knockouts, but they are very technical. They know what they're doing. They're entertaining, and like I said, when they fight, like they put their whole heart into it. You know, like I remember what Ann Wolf said a few years ago when she was boxing. She said, "When I fight, I'm fighting put my whole heart into it. When guys fight, they want to hug and look like they're making love. So that's the problem. Is I think you got to get out of that old, chauvinist idea that women cannot fight and just like I've said before, do like a all women's card one time. See how it does. If it makes the money, good. If it don't, then don't do it again. Just take a chance. It's like you're in Vegas, so just gamble once in a while."
Okay, man. Good thoughts, man. All right, final thoughts, General Africa.
Man, just salute to Marion Reneau. Stay strong, stay diligent. Salute to Chris Cyborg, and a lot of these fighters, man. They gotta figure out who's behind them. They gotta get better PR people, man, because they're not handling things right, man. But salute to all you guys on the panel, man, and of course you, Coach, man, for having me on, man.
God bless you. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it. Okay, final thoughts, Benji. We're gonna take us home.
All right, I want to echo what General Africa said to Cyborg. I really think she's an amazing fighter, and the reason she isn't in like the high place that she should be in terms of like fan appreciation is because she hasn't had a worthy opponent. She's like a victim of her own success, and it's strange. And I also agree with what George Page said, that the UFC needs to take more risks with women fights and just book them, and take risk. I feel like there's a bunch of like nerds who are into like financial stuff, like projecting, like can they make their return on investment and beep, bop, 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 and all this other stuff, and they're not making fights for the fans. It's like they're making money off the main card, and then they're putting these fights on the side, and it's a shame. This is prize fighting. Like there need to be big stakes, take risks, have fun. And one other thing, I was pleasantly surprised with Kevin Lee's performance. I mean, he beat the crap out of Edson Barboza. That was a good fight. If you didn't see that, check it out. That's it.
Kevin Lee is back. Okay, folks. All right. Thank you to everybody on the panel. Thank you to Benji, General Africa, George Page, and Guitar Babe. And also thank you to Brian Jensen, who was on the panel, and he had to leave abruptly. I think he was going to go capture Megan. Who knows what he was doing, but he's gone. But, guys, thank you, guys. This is Coach. I'm sorry. What'd you say, Mr. George?
She can have in the basement eat out of a water dish.
Yeah, she gonna knock Brian Jensen out, boy. He keep messing with her. All right. But anyway, guys.
All right, Coach. All right, guys.
Well, thank you, guys. Thank you for everybody in the comment section. Shout out to Lala, Derek Bailey, for hanging out with us. Thanks to Gucci 23, Mia Schreiner, our pyrotechnist. Thank you to the panel, Arpit Singh. Appreciate all you guys. TC Johnson. Thank you to Phenom Boxing International for the super chat. Thank you, PCBH 167. Thank you, Guitar Babe, for the super chat. You guys are phenomenal. You're awesome. Thank you. Love all you guys. Take care.
Coach.
Right, see ya.
Good night.
Everybody, if you have not hit that like button.
Oh, smash the like button. Oh, and subscribe to Guitar Babe. She got a video up now. All right, I'm done.